This is a special presentation from News Channel Nebraska. This broadcast is presented by Currency. Does your business need financing for equipment, trucks, or trailers? Visit gocurrency.com. And by Faith Regional Health Services. When you need exemplary care, have faith.
Tonight marks the halfway point of the high school football regular season in the state of Nebraska, a time where we can start to earnestly separate contenders from pretenders. And tonight at Russ Hochstein Field in Hartington, we've got two contenders set to do battle. Hello everyone, alongside Lou Siefker, I'm Eric McKay. Tonight's Nebraska Public Power District matchup features the unbeaten Wildcats of Hartington Newcastle against the 6th ranked Warriors of Crofton. Nebraska Public Power District always there when you need them. Lou, we covered both these teams a year ago, a game that dropped Hartington Newcastle to 0-4 after surrendering an early lead. They've lost one game since then and are playing as well as anybody in the state of Nebraska right now. But tonight, an opportunity to get a marquee win against a team that will be by far the toughest they've played this season. Yeah,
they should certainly like to get this win. As you mentioned, Crofton was the last team to beat them. They had a 28-6 lead in that ball game and lost that game, but have played so well since then. This year, the Wildcats are averaging 70 points a game. That's incredible. But you're right, this is the toughest opponent. Crofton, a big physical team. They want to run the football, control the clock. Hartington Newcastle likes the big play. That's the kind of the, that's what we're looking at between these two teams here in this game tonight.
We'll talk about key players coming up, including one who will be key in their absence tonight. That's next. You're watching the pregame show on News Channel Nebraska.
Pregame show is brought to you by Custom Sports. Look great for every game with custom team or business apparel from Custom Sports. Check them out at CustomSportsCo.com.
Does need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
Welcome back to the pregame show on News Channel Nebraska alongside Lou Siefker. I'm Eric McKay as we get set for Hartington Newcastle against Crofton in Class D1 this evening. There are 9 remaining unbeaten teams in Class D1. Of those 9 teams, Hartington Newcastle has the highest average margin of victory, 58 points per game, their average margin of victory. Lou, this offense has been incredible, and a big part of it has been the converted wide receiver, halfback hybrid, now quarterback. Cole Hymas is doing everything for the Wildcats this season.
That's incredible for a guy to go from that, from running back, wide receiver to quarterback and be as effective as he has been. 61% completion percentage on the year. He's got 4 touchdown passes, no interceptions, that's big, and 15, count them, touchdown runs. He has been so effective. Definitely for Crofton to stay in this game and try to win it, you got to try to make somebody else beat you, but Hymas is really, really good.
Well, it's hard enough to beat a Hartington Newcastle team. Even harder when a young man who might very well be the best running back in all of 8-man football isn't playing. Wyatt Tramp is out for the Crofton Warriors tonight with an illness. That means next man up. The good news for Crofton, they are loaded on offense, including a young man who went for almost 200 yards on the ground against this Hartington Newcastle team a year ago. Jace Panning, probably going to need a big game like that again tonight.
Yeah, the juniors, hopefully he's durable because he's going to get a lot of carries here tonight without Wyatt Tramp. Wyatt Tramp is not only a all-state running back, but a linebacker as well. Both sides of the ball are going to be affected, but I think Jace Panning is going to be one of those guys. You mentioned had a big time game a year ago. Hopefully they can get him going and have a big time game to try to stay in it and try to win this ball game tonight.
One thing to watch, he is very good out of the backfield, had a big play touchdown reception last year in their victory over Hartington Newcastle as well. We'll talk to both head coaches coming up. That's brought to you by USAVE Pharmacy, where their mission is your family's health. Back after this, you're watching News Channel Nebraska.
We're here at Faith Regional and getting ready to learn more about cervical cancer. Let's talk to the doctors who treat it. Dr. Alex Loudenclose, an obstetrician and gynecologist with Faith Regional Physician Services, is with me now. Doctor, we're talking about cervical cancer, and let's begin with screenings. What are some of the screenings you can do to detect this?
For the most part, for the general population, screening starts at the age of 21, and right now it's based off of a pap smear. So we collect a pap smear of the cervix, or a swab of the cervix, basically. Look at it the pathologist looks at it underneath the microscope and then gives us a reading of results for that. Once we hit the age of 30, then we start testing for HPV. And once we add that combination in there, if everything stays negative, then we can get out to once every 5 years.
What are some of the symptoms that you're looking out for?
So most cervical cancers, early stages are going to be asymptomatic. Women aren't really going to have symptoms from a cervical cancer standpoint.
If there's no symptoms, that means it's that much more important to get the screenings, right?
Correct, and the screenings are that much more important because a lot of what we're able to do and a lot of what we're able to accomplish based off the screenings is both early diagnosis and early treatment.
If there is a diagnosis for cervical cancer, what does the treatment look like?
So the treatment for cervical cancer varies. Depending on the size and the advancement of the cervical cancer, it can be anywhere from a small biopsy procedure to the other extreme that may need radiation chemotherapy versus those that are done with childbearing. Typically, those we move on to a hysterectomy.
Now, what age of women should be concerned about getting screened?
Starting at the age of 21 all the way up to 65 or maybe even later depending on your previous pap smear history. And then younger than 21 is kind of a patient discussion with their provider depending on certain risk factors like immunocompromising medications or immunocompromising medical problems.
Well, Dr. Loudenclose, thanks so much for sharing your expertise.
Absolutely, thank you.
Ashoff Construction of Osmond is your leader in engineering and designing your new building, additions to facilities, and concrete construction. Their professional projects can be seen across northeast Nebraska. Whether it's a business office, barn, shop, or addition to an existing building, when the project is complete, you'll have a building that meets the needs of your operation. Check out ashoffconstruction.com or call Scott, Kenny, or Luke in Osmond at 402-748-3551.
Welcome to the pregame show. I'm joined now by head coach of the Crofton Warriors, Tom Allen. Coach, 3-1 on the year. You guys have played a tough schedule. You lost to Summerlin, but you've beaten teams like Bloomfield and Plainview and Wynot, so that's not an easy schedule. What has stood out to you about the way you guys have navigated this tough schedule so far?
Well, we, for the most part, stayed pretty healthy. We have one young man tonight that actually has pneumonia, Wyatt Tramp, so he can't be here tonight. But other than that, our older kids have been fairly healthy. We lost a few young ones, but happy to get through that onslaught where we're at and play a tremendous Hartington team tonight, and hopefully we can give them a good game.
Well, you guys certainly have an experienced team, a lot of kids coming back. How does that experience kind of help you guys, whether it's through a win or through a loss?
Oh, game plan-wise, it really makes things nice. You know, these kids are battle-tested. They know what to expect. You can make adjustments during the game, and they can follow through and do those. So that's been a big difference maker, especially in these close games, tough games. And I was excited about our schedule when the year started because we need these kind of games early. And we have the kind of kids that can handle that, and I felt we did, and then they did. So obviously you'd like to go through that onslaught undefeated. We end up losing one game, but we're happy where we're at and looking forward to tonight.
Well, the onslaught continues, Coach. You've got an undefeated team here tonight in Hartington Newcastle, a team averaging 70 points a game. That's absurd. What do you guys need to do to slow that offense down and come away with a win here tonight?
I don't know. Maybe they can fumble a few times for us. I'm not really sure. They're doing an incredible job on the offensive side of the ball and defense and special teams. They're just very well coached. And we definitely have to have ball possession on our side. Get first downs, put some points on the board. You know, I don't feel like, it's going to be a 70-68 game by any means, but it's also not going to be a 20-14 game either. So if we don't get points on the board, we're going to have a hard time keeping up.
Well, Coach, really appreciate your time. Best of luck in tonight's ball game.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate it.
That's head coach Tom Allen. Folks, stick around. More pregame show coming up next. You're watching high school football on News Channel Nebraska.
Hi, I'm Brett Wiedenfeld, Chief Financial Officer and Ag Lender at the Bank of Hartington, and I'm also a Northeast Nebraska pork producer. At the Bank of Hartington, we have the tools and knowledge to help your operation grow. We understand the challenges facing our producers and are eager to assist with all the financial needs of your farm. We understand the challenges because our ag lenders have true ag experience.
Welcome back to the pregame show. I'm joined now by Rusty Fuller, head coach of Hartington Newcastle. Coach, about a year ago, I think we did this ball game. The same two teams. You guys were 0-4 after that game. Since then, you guys have gone 8-1. Only loss was in the playoffs to Plainview. What has been the difference? How have you been able to flip that script and become a really good football team?
Well, obviously the schedule changed and it was a little favorable for our first 4 games this year compared to last year, but we were young last year, especially in the offensive and defensive line, and so those guys getting that year of experience, they're all bigger, faster, and stronger. I think that's been huge for us in those first 4 games, and then we got a couple good playmakers in our backfield with Cole Hymas and Cole Rosner, so it's been fun to see what they can do.
Well, you mentioned Cole Hymas. I believe this game last year he was a running back or maybe a receiver. He wasn't a quarterback. Now he's the quarterback, and it's not often you get a guy to go from that position to quarterback and be so effective. What has made Cole Hymas so effective?
Well, he's a student of the game. He watches more film than anybody I know. He's a great leader, and he's just football smart, and I think that's huge. He got a lot of snaps in practice last year as quarterback. I think he took maybe 5 or 6 in a game when he had to, but he's comfortable with the position, and he's a playmaker, and we want to get the ball in his hands, and we have 100% confident he can get the job done.
Well, you're 4-0 now. You've got a really tough opponent here coming to town in the Crofton Warriors, the team that beat you last in the regular season. A big, strong team, likes to run the football. What's the key to kind of slow them down and maybe hit some big plays here tonight?
Yeah, you named it. They're big, and they want to run the ball. I think they run it about 87% of the time. So we got to try to make them one-dimensional and throw because they're not comfortable doing it. And if we can do that or at least slow down their running game, we're going to be in good shape. I told our defense we can bend a little bit but don't break. And if we can do that, I feel 100% confident that our offense can get some big plays up for us.
Well, awesome, Coach. Really appreciate you coming over and joining us, and best of luck in tonight's ball game.
Thank you.
All right, that's head coach Rusty Fuller. Folks, don't go anywhere. This is a big one. Class D1, Hartington Newcastle takes on Crofton right after this on NCN.
Heine Electric and Irrigation can help you with several services. Wells and pumps. They have well drillers registered in Nebraska, South Dakota, and Iowa with contractors who can install your line and pumps. Suck-up grain service. Technicians can frame, pour, build, and service your suck-up grain bins and grain handling equipment. Center Pivot Service. With their Valmont trained and certified technicians, they provide top-notch service, and they have the equipment for earth moving and clearing. Heine Electric and Irrigation, Hartington and Vermilion.
Nebraska, it's time to celebrate our community heroes. Do you know a local hero who dedicates their time to make your community better? Someone who leads with a vision for a brighter tomorrow and inspires others to join? Nominate them today for the Community Hero Program, thanks to Medica. Each month, one Nebraska hero will be chosen and will get to choose a nonprofit to receive a $1,000 donation. Let's honor those who make our community shine. Community Hero, celebrating the heart of Nebraska.
My name is Taylor Reining, and at Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust, there really is a difference. So Elkhorn Valley Bank is different from other institutions because we value our customers and we want them to feel valued. Our customers will walk in the door and we'll greet them by name. We know who their kids are, we know what their background is, we can ask them how things are going, and we pick up where we left off from the last time that they were in. Elkhorn Valley Bank, great for you, great for your community.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Let's talk School Spotlight. That's brought to you by Currency. Need financing for RVs, ATVs, or other expensive items? Well, Currency's here to help. Visit GoCurrency.com. Today, the Crofton Warriors, 23 playoff trips all time. 2 appearances in a state title game. They have never won a state championship. One of the best programs to never hoist a title. Meanwhile, Hartington Newcastle, 6 trips to the playoffs as a co-op. Hartington made 7 on their own. Newcastle made it 15 times. Interesting fact about Hartington, Nebraska, it is the home of 3 former governors of the state of Nebraska. Most recently, Charles Thone from 1979 to 1983. We'll talk starting lineups once we get going here. Those brought to you by Medica. With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for. And Lou, we're going to see what Crofton does on offense right away without Wyatt Tramp in the backfield.
Yeah, that will be an adjustment. He's kind of an all-everything player for Crofton, so I think everybody else has to step up in his absence.
Bit of a wobbly kick fielded by an up back across the 25 to the 26. Jack Miller falls on it. And that's where Crofton will start things off. So if we look at Crofton's starters, you're going to see they're wrong. We found out Wyatt Tramp wasn't playing literally when Coach Allen told Lou Siefker in the pregame. So he's not in. You'll see a lot of Jace Panning, 229 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns on the year. He's very good out of the backfield as well. This is by no means a one-dimensional offense without Tramp. They can still move the ball. They have a very good offensive line. It is Panning on first down, and there you see that defensive line of Hartington Newcastle. Ashton Wakely, if we take a look at this team now, Wakely, he's a transfer from Wausau, had 6 tackles last week. It's easy to pay attention to what they're doing offensively, Lou. This Wildcat defense has given up just 12 points in the last 3 weeks.
Well, maybe that's how Hartington got good, is the transfer portal, right? You get some guys to come in like Wakely that makes plays. When Coach said that Wyatt Tramp wasn't playing, I asked him after the interview, did you mean to say Wyatt Tramp was not playing? But we'll see how they adjust without an all-state caliber player.
Both of these teams are very deep, large rosters. There's Panning. He says, we'll be just fine, Coach. Gets out across midfield. This is a very good running back, and Jace Panning would be the number 1 option on a lot of teams. Gets to the 35-yard line and moves the sticks.
Yeah, absolutely. He is, had a big game last year against the Wildcats. And one thing with Hartington Newcastle, I think one of the things that they've kind of prided themselves in is being more physical this season. You're going to have a real challenge against Crofton, who is that's their DNA, is physical football.
In Hartington Newcastle territory at the 36, Panning can't get away. There's big Ashton Wakely in the backfield again, 242-pound junior busting through. It's going to be second and about 13.
242 pounds, and he's an athlete there twice. He's been tough to block here so far. He's been in the backfield 2 of the last 3 plays to make the tackle.
Call it a loss of 2, second down and 12. Upcoming here for Crofton, a team that has played 4 teams, all of whom have records above 500. 2 of their 4 opponents currently ranked in the Class D1 top 10. Panning straight ahead for a solid gain. Back across the original line of scrimmage to the 32. It'll be 3rd down, and now becomes the question, what do you do in a passing situation on this 3rd and 7 if you're Crofton?
Yeah, that's exactly right. I'm guessing they probably run and try to set up a 4th down play because that's what they do. You mentioned their schedule. That's one thing that's kind of been, I think, Crofton's favor, is that they have not had an off week. They've played a lot of good teams, so nothing new here today.
Panning straight ahead on 3rd and 6, doesn't get there. It'll be 4th and short. Cole Benson, the senior, among the leading tacklers on this team, making the play. It'll be 4th down and about probably a long two. They mark it at the 28-yard line, and no question you'll see Crofton go for it here.
Yeah, I think that's we saw what they just did. They're not going to throw the ball a lot. We'll see if they run some play action eventually with Tyson Jackson at quarterback, but you've got to be able to run pretty well to make those play actions work.
4th and about 2.5. Panning drops it, and Hartington Newcastle falls on it. First turnover of the game, Logan Offer, the senior, his first fumble recovery of the season. And Lou, I don't know that Crofton wouldn't have gotten it anyway.
Yeah, it didn't look like that play was going to go anywhere. Panning just does not catch the pitch, and that's another thing that we've heard about this Wildcat defense is how well they fly to the ball. You saw 3 guys right there. Anybody could have recovered that fumble in that group of 3.
So Logan Offer, they had 6 turnovers with this defense in their victory over Niobrara Verdigris a week ago. And now we get to see this dynamic offense slipping in the backfield. That's Cole Rosner, the senior. He was a cross-country runner at Hartington Newcastle. As we take another look at our replay, yeah, the quarterback, Hymas and Rosner got tied up. That's a loss of a yard. But Rosner's been an incredible addition. He had 131 yards receiving and 3 touchdowns in that Niobrara Verdigris game a week ago. They give it to Rosner in space. Good cut, solid gain. It'll be 3rd down. Sam Berger, Braxton Foxhoven combine on the stop, gain of 5. It'll be 3rd and 6.
Yeah, the athletic ability that Rosner brings really is one of the reasons this offense has been so dynamic. And you mentioned the point total, averaging 70 points a game. They opened up against Ainsworth. That an off night. They only scored 54. But since then, 74, 82, and 70 in their last 3 games. Wow.
Rosner on the ground coming into tonight, averaging 16 yards a carry. They go on the reverse. This is Feilmeyer to the outside, and Crofton's ready. Crofton's defense has been really good this year as well. That's Grant Jordan, the sophomore, dropping them for a loss. It'll be 4th and 8.
Yeah, we talked about Wildcats running to the football. How about the Warriors? There are 3 guys to make that tackle. We're not fooled with that misdirection play and force Hartington Newcastle now to punt. And I think one of the things that Coach Tom Allen talked with you about was disciplined football. Play your assignment. Don't get out of position and allow a big play.
Kane Gratzfield, the freshman, punts it. Ooh, it'll take a Hartington Newcastle roll inside the 10 down to the 7-yard line. That's a 30-yard punt. No return. Gratzfield, a very good punter, the freshman, averaging 33 yards a punt coming into today, and pins Crofton's offense deep.
Yeah, just like we thought, a real slow, no
methodical.
Points.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Here in our first quarter. That's brought to you by Yankton Medical Clinic. At Yankton Medical Clinic, Norfolk, they're building a Norfolk legacy. One patient at a time, one generation at a time. From family practice to expert specialists, they're here for you today and every day. Keeping it on the ground are the Warriors out across the 10-yard line. They'll mark him down there. That's the first carry of the game for, I believe that was Jack Miller on the carry. It'll be 2nd down and about 3.
You mentioned Crofton and their schedule and how difficult that was. Why not to start the season? Then Summerlin, there was their only loss. Plainview and Bloomfield, both excellent teams. And they come out of that 3-1. That's pretty good.
Correction, that was Grant Jordan on the carry, his first of the season. Here's his 2nd, and he's not going to get much. Swarmed upon after a minimal gain. It'll be 3rd down and, well, good forward progress. They'll call it 3rd and 4. A gain of about 3 there.
Yeah, tough run. Again, look how many, almost at Kansas State. Look how many Hartington Newcastle defenders are there. They're playing like Kansas State right now. They're playing like a college football team.
Some of those guys about the size of Kansas State. That's a big team down there. You got Aiden Rosner down there as well for Hartington Newcastle, 230-pound senior. Logan Offer, who had the fumble recovery, he checks in at 250. It's a big squad. 3rd down and 4. I formation behind Jackson, and he's going to call a timeout. Trying to get him to jump, no dice. We'll take a timeout as well. No score, big 3rd down next. This is News Channel Nebraska.
At Faith Regional Physician Services Family Medicine, our definition of care is showing devotion to and concern towards the health of you and your family. We believe each person that walks through our doors deserves to have a primary care provider they're comfortable with, to be treated like family, and to have their health needs exceeded. Our 20 family medicine providers, located in 10 communities throughout Northeast Nebraska, offer comprehensive health care for all ages. Whether you need a yearly checkup, chronic care management, or you're under the weather, count on us for primary health care you can trust. And if you or your family require a higher level of care, our primary care providers connect you to the area's largest multi-specialty physician group, ensuring a seamless healthcare experience. Choose Faith Regional Physician Services Family Medicine.
3rd down and 4 for Crofton out of the timeout. Jackson will pitch. Coming near side, this is Jace panning, and he's not getting anything. Half the Wildcat defense in on the stop, led by Cole Hymas. Gain of about a yard. It's 4th down.
Wow. Look at this. Look how many guys are there. That's a convoy of Wildcats coming over there to make that play. I tell you what, Panning took a shot on that one. That's a guy, boy, Crofton needs to keep him healthy in this ballgame without Wyatt Tramp available.
On 4th down, Crofton will punt it away. Braxton Foxhoven has been very good punting the ball this year, averaging 33 yards a punt. Hymas back deep to return. Good leg into this one. Hymas will field it from the 32. Some room to the near side, and Hartington Newcastle will be starting in plus territory at the 36-yard line. Pretty solid punt, though, 38 yards, a good return. Has the Wildcats in business potentially to score first. Usually 4:54 to go in the first quarter, Lou. Hartington Newcastle scored like 3 times by now.
Yeah.
As we take a look at this starting offense, I mean, they've got weapons all over the place. Will Feilmeyer had a touchdown run last week. Carter Kelly, very good receiver for them, had a touchdown reception in that victory over Niobrara Verdigre. It's Rosner on motion on 1st down. They fake to him, and it's the former running back, now quarterback, showing he can still do it with his legs. 15 rushing touchdowns this year. What a luxury it is for Coach Rusty Fuller to be able to move him over and have him take to this position so well.
Yeah, absolutely. He has done exactly that. Been very effective.
You see the Crofton defense there. Limited a very good Bloomfield team, under 200 yards of offense and just 6 points in a 32-6 win last week. They've been very good this year.
Yeah, that's an eye-opener. Crofton seems like since that loss to Summerlin, they've gotten better.
Little read option, shoelace tackle, kept it from springing a big one, but it's the first down of the game for Hartington Newcastle. Hymas gets to the 25-yard line on a gain of 6.
You know, the one thing that stands out to me, we did this game a year ago.
Yep.
And I think we mentioned this already, that Hartington Newcastle got off to a 28-6 lead, and the final was 58-38 in favor of Crofton. Last year, Crofton was the more physical team. It was noticeable. We knew that Hartington Newcastle had some talent, but the bigger, stronger team was Crofton. Hartington Newcastle has been in the weight room. This is a big team, a big, strong team. They match up well with Crofton this year.
Yeah, Crofton scored 28 unanswered in that game to take a lead that they never relinquished. Now Hymas trying to stretch the play out. Crofton showing some physicality as Miller and Jackson combine on the stop, gain of about a yard.
Yeah, not much there that time. Again, that's good discipline there by Crofton, and Tyson Jackson makes the play.
Our replay is brought to you by Madison County Bank, here to help you grow. There's Coach Rusty Fuller. Former coach at St. Paul, led them to a couple of semifinals, also started his coaching career at Wausau. Now it's Hymas straight ahead again for a little. Well, Coach Allen, you're right, Lou. He really stressed that, staying at home. They have a tendency to over-pursue, he said. They've not done that yet, and Hartington Newcastle, you can tell they've seen that on film because they've gone with a lot of play-action, read-option type stuff early on.
Yeah, you try to get that defense out of position so you can make a play. This is a very well-schooled defense for Crofton, and again, a physical team. So it might be Hartington Newcastle may have to put together a long drive, much like Crofton wants to do.
3rd and 5. Crofton not letting him go forward. Ooh, they tried a little bulldozer play, but Crofton's defense not giving an inch. It's 4th and 5. How about that D-line for Crofton?
Yeah, they tried a rugby scrum, and I'm guessing Crofton must play some rugby. Look how low.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what you have to do there. You have to get lower than your opponent, get underneath there, and really get that leverage. And Crofton did that masterfully on that particular play.
In my Iowa days, I would call games every once in a while with Bruce Reimers, former NFLer. He called that submarining. They teach you to submarine on the defensive line. 4th and 5, and we've got a stoppage here. Hartington Newcastle going to call a timeout. So we'll take one as well. Big 4th down play coming up. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
Darling, I believe everything's gonna be all right. No need to worry because you got somebody on your side. We all need a fam, we all need a crew. When you're in a jam, don't know what to do. Just reach out your hand and we'll see you through. Doesn't matter where you're at, we got your back. We got your back.
With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
We got your back.
One of the cooler water towers in the state of Nebraska. Shout out Chris Whitney if he's watching tonight. Chris, I know he's been kind of a tough month for the Whitney family. Our thoughts and prayers go to him if he is watching. And if he is, there's some water tower talk for you. Tom Beamer as well. If Tom Beamer is watching, 2 of the biggest water tower fans in the state of Nebraska.
I'm looking for the beer tower. Is that around here somewhere?
That's for after the game. 4th down, Hymas looking deep, has to tuck, take off, and Crofton stops it. Great coverage downfield. And then great pursuit up front. That was Trevor Allen, the sophomore, playing probably because they don't have Tramp as a linebacker. He's not seen any time defensively. That's his first tackle of the season, and it comes as a big time as they get the conversion on 4th down.
That play was slow developing, and Allen did a really nice job to get off the block and seal that edge, not allow anything outside, make the play, and get the football back for the Warriors.
So now Crofton. You think these 2 defenses were challenged in practice this week at all? 1st and 10 from the 23. On play action, Jackson, he's got an arm, hit as he threw it, in traffic and caught. That's Foxoven. Boy, who had Crofton completing the first pass of this game? They get it for 12 yards and a 1st down.
And I like the moniker, we can throw that out there, play action Jackson. I like that.
That's nice.
Puts it right on the money there. That's a nice catch as well by Foxoven.
Big, tall target, the senior, Braxton Foxoven.
The key for Crofton is you're not going to throw it a lot, but can you be efficient when you throw it? And that's a big gain there.
1st and 10 now from their own 35. The pitch to Panning. Has a little bit of a seam. He's got 1st down yardage and more. Still on his feet. Panning backing down defenders. Wow. Bouncing away and out of bounds. What a run. Man-sized run by the junior down to the 14-yard line. It's 1st down Crofton.
Watch Jace Panning. If he gets a hole there on that right side, but how many tackles does he break? My goodness, they just could not get a hold of him. He just kept going and going and going.
31 yards, 1st and 10 now at the 14. The deep back Jordan, he bounces off the right side, finds a little bit of space, but is wrestled down violently by Benson. Cole Benson had 5 tackles a week ago in that victory over Niobrara Verdigre. It'll be 2nd down and about 6.
The Wildcats more likely to throw the ball and more likely to get the big play, and it's been Crofton with a complete pass for the 1st down a moment ago, and then an excellent run by Jace Panning of 31 yards. So that sets Crofton up very nicely here to put some points on the board.
As a sophomore last year, Panning had 191 yards on the ground against Hartington Newcastle. 2nd down, this will be a quarterback keeper, Tyson Jackson. He too is converted to the quarterback role. He was a fullback for this team last year. It's a really nice gain. Great push up front, gain of about 6. It'll be 3rd and a yard.
Well, usually if you got your fullback playing quarterback, good things aren't happening. But that's not the case with Crofton, because Jackson, you saw what sort of a runner he is. He runs like a fullback. Threw a nice pass a moment ago. And really, you're set up nicely at 3rd down and 1.
3rd and 1 from the 4. Jackson straight ahead, bowling over Hartington Newcastle defense. Close to the end zone. It's going to be 1st and goal. Crofton. Jackson gets 3.
Yeah, it feels inevitable now for Crofton. As long as you don't cough the ball up, you're right there on the goal line as the first quarter ticks away of a scoreless tie.
1st and goal from the 1. Straight ahead, Jackson again. This time bounce backwards. Second effort, though, gets him in. Touchdown, Crofton. So the Warriors, without their leading rusher, get it done on the ground. Tyson Jackson's 6th rushing touchdown this season.
Well, Crofton still has a pretty good offensive line, even without Wyatt Tramp. And you got some very capable runners. Tyson Jackson at that quarterback spot, one of them, and obviously panning him out with that 31-yard run a little bit ago. But that's a very impressive drive by Crofton to get on the board.
Crofton going for 2. We saw Foxhoven practicing PATs in warm-ups. Made a few of them, but they're going to just let Panning bowl it in for 2 points. And how about the Crofton Warriors? Impressive 45-yard drive finished off by a touchdown. 8-0 Crofton. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
When it comes to finding your next vehicle, Woodhouse Buick GMC has you covered. Whether you're looking for the luxury of a Buick Enclave or the rugged capability of a GMC Sierra, our friendly and knowledgeable staff are here to help you find the perfect vehicle for your needs. Stop in today or visit us online at woodhousebuickgmc.com and check out all our current offers going on now. Woodhouse Buick GMC. We are professional grade.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. Visit GoCurrency.com for details. Region 4 Behavioral Health, affordable, accessible, quality mental health and substance abuse services. And by The Carpet Shop, providing quality residential and commercial floor covering and installation for almost 50 years.
Hartington Newcastle trailing for the first time this season, down 8-0 to Crofton. Alongside Lou Siefker, I'm Eric McKay. Look, Coach Fuller talked about it. One of the biggest reasons things turned around for them, their schedule, frankly, got easier. They've taken care of business, playing a ranked team tonight in Crofton. Put a bit of a reality check, maybe a little bit of a wake-up call into that Wildcat defense.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to get to the 70-point mark here tonight against a very good Crofton team. But we'll see how they respond here. This is a team, regardless of who you've played, that they have scored a ton of points and a very capable offense. And we'll see if they can get anything going against this Crofton bunch and that love to play that physical style, well-schooled defense. Very difficult team to put a lot of points on the board against. You mentioned Crofton holding Bloomfield to 6 points. You feel like that, with that schedule, it either kills you or it makes you better. Well, right. Crofton's getting better.
They were an eyelash away from beating Summerland. That's the kind of game you play it 10 times. Each team probably wins 5. Double motion, Rosner the stiff arm. Can't break away from the second level across the 30 to the 31.
Also, Crofton also beat Plainview.
Yep.
Which is, we saw them. That's a good football team. Forced 6 turnovers in that game.
2nd down and 6 for Hartington Newcastle. Maybe one more play before the end of the first quarter. 4 split wide. In motion is Filemeyer. That's who they give it to. Can he get the edge? He can. Turns upfield. Turns on the afterburners. Gets into Crofton territory and marked out at the 33-yard line. Nifty little run there by Filemeyer. Gets them 16 as we get to the end of the first quarter.
Watch Filemeyer's speed around that corner. He picks them up and puts them down. And that's what they need is maybe some speed there around that corner.
So we've reached the end of the quarter. 8-0 the score. We'll keep it here, actually, as Crofton has the lead, 8-0 on our scoreboard, brought to you in part by Faith Regional Physician Services. When hard work hits you hard, have faith. Also by Currency, Does your business need help financing big ticket items? Well, Currency is here to help. Visit GoCurrency.com for details. Well, Lou, only 8 points in the first quarter. If you told both coaches at the beginning of the game there'd be only 8 points at the end of the first quarter, I got to believe Crofton's coach is the one that would feel better about it.
Yeah, exactly, and especially since 0 is what Hartington Newcastle have. They have not scored in the quarter. Now they're on a nice drive here so far. But, yeah, I think Coach Allen very happy to keep these guys out of the scoreboard on that first quarter.
Just 2 first downs for Hartington Newcastle in the first quarter, and this will drive them backward. First pass play of the day, and that's Grant Jordan making the play defensively on Filemeyer. It'll be second down and about 13.
Yeah, the Wildcats like to throw some, get the stuff out there on the edge. They like to run some misdirection. They like to try to, get those eyes looking in the wrong place. And so far, Crofton has done a nice job playing their assignments. And that's a nice open field tackle there a moment ago.
Hymas has been an accurate passer, 61 completion percentage coming into tonight. Now it's Rosner. They fake to him. Hymas up the middle. Fleet of foot gets to the 30 on a gain of about 6. It'll be third and about 7.
Yeah, losing yards on first down, never good for any offense, really. And again, when you're playing a tough defense like Crofton, you want to try to stay on schedule. Even a team like Hartington Newcastle, it's probably a little more balanced than is Crofton.
4 receivers split wide on 3rd and 7 from the 30. Rosner in motion. He gets the call, has a hole, hits it, first down and more, forget it. He's gone, touchdown, Hartington Newcastle. There's that speed we were told about, Lou.
Yeah,
Cole Rosner from 30 yards out, and the Wildcats are on the board.
Yeah, Cole Rosner was a cross-country runner. He looks like a sprinter here. I'm just saying. Look at that speed, great moves. Get him out in the open field, and good things are coming for the Wildcats.
So Rosner, that's his 12th rushing touchdown this season. Hartington Newcastle will go for 2. Both of these teams have guys that can kick extra points, but the Wildcats trying to answer the 2-pointer with one of their own. Hymas won't get there. Crofton's defense guards the lead, but with 10:35 to go in the half, it's 8-6. Wildcats on the board. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The Yellow Jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people that we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
Back at the Hartington Athletic Complex, just an incredible facility. Love doing games up here at Russ Hochstein Field. We'll be back here next week for 11-man football as Cedar Catholic takes on Battle Creek. But tonight, seeing some high-quality gridiron as well as it's 8-6. Crofton sees their lead trimmed to 2 alongside Lou Siefker. I'm Eric McKay.
Eric, this is not only a great place to watch a game, it's a great place to smell because it smells like hamburgers all the time. I get hungry when I come up here.
Yeah, the grill is like right behind the press box here. This is, as you can kind of see from the camera view, the field is down on a hill. So the parking lot and the press box are on the same level. And, man, you just are constantly getting bombarded by grill smells in the press box. There you see. Great view there by our camera crew. Just an incredible facility up here in Hartington. Love coming up here. 1st and 10 from the 38 up the middle. Cross midfield for Crofton. That little squib kick didn't get much.
Yeah.
For Hartington Newcastle, this is great field position for Crofton. Panning gets, call it 2 on 1st down.
I think the idea was to hopefully have Crofton mishandle that kick. They did not, and you're right, great field position now inside Hartington Newcastle territory.
2nd down and 8 from the 39. Panning coming short side. Not much. Solid gain, though. It'll be a manageable 3rd down and 4 for the Warriors as Panning gets 4 more.
Yeah, Panning runs hard. This game feels like, it just feels like it's going to come down to late in the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
These teams are just kind of going back and forth. You see both teams very capable of moving the ball, but both defenses really strong. It's little things that are going to make a difference. Penalties, turnovers, if somebody turns it over. Those are going to be big things to watch in this ball game.
3rd down 4 from the 35. Up the middle, 1st down. Crofton keeps the drive going inside the 30. Down to the 28-yard line. That's a gain of 7 for Grant Jordan. So we talked about it. Next man up, Grant Jordan had not carried the ball before tonight. That's his 4th carry there. 17 yards on the ground, and you get a sense for the depth and the strength of this Crofton offensive line.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the thing that a lot of people tend to forget about sometimes is even when you lose one of your star players, it's really one up front. That's a good offensive line that Crofton has.
Quick pitch, Jordan in the backfield, breaking tackles, trying to shove off another one, but pinballed down about the 21-yard line, but a solid 1st down gain again. Crofton, doesn't matter who's in that backfield, they're going to run tough.
Well, some people say, some coaches sometimes say, football is not that complicated of a game. I tell you what, if you get 7 yards on 1st down and you're Crofton, it's going to be a long night for Hartington Newcastle because when this team runs the ball well, especially on 1st down, they're so difficult to stop. When they get in those short yardage situations, very, very difficult to stop them.
2nd down 3 from the 21. Single setback for Crofton. That's who gets the pitch. It's Panning. Near side, breaks the hole and has the touchdown. I mean, a huge hole opened up on the right side. Panning goes 21 yards to pay dirt, and Crofton extends their lead.
Yeah, let's see this here. Panning there on that right side. Watch it. There's a great block there by, that was Sanger for Crofton, number 70. And that made it easy for Panning. And that's a big touchdown run there for Crofton. And that's the physical football you're talking about with Crofton, just winning up front.
How about Panning? 11 carries, 82 yards, and a touchdown. That's stepping up when your team needs you. Now Panning will try to get the 2-point conversion. Won't get there. Great play made in the open field by Hymas. But 8:13 to go in the half. Crofton extends their lead. It's 14-6. This is News Channel Nebraska.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Bank of Hartington. The Bank of Hartington wishes the best of luck to all area teams this season. And by You Save Pharmacy in Norfolk, where their mission is your family's health.
Hi, I'm Marie Haar, Vice President and Ag Lender at Bank of Hartington, and a Northeast Nebraska dairy and beef producer. Whether it's developing a marketing strategy, a break-even analysis, or cash flow projections, at the Bank of Hartington, we understand the ever-changing demands and challenges of today's grain and livestock producers. We understand these challenges because we are farmers, and we're living it too.
Coach Tom Allen, he has seen a lot of games over the years, both as a head coach and an assistant. This is his 10th year at the helm of Crofton, was an assistant under Tony Hoffman prior to taking over. 7-6 in the playoffs, as Crofton's head coach has taken them to the semifinals twice, including last year. And he's got his team shorthanded up 8 on the road.
They're still coaching Jack Miller over there on the sidelines. That's what great coaches do. They never stop coaching.
From the 9-yard line, here's Hymas. Makes one man miss. Can't break to the outside, though. He's wrapped up, finished off by Jackson Lind. All right, so Hartington Newcastle got the offense going a little bit last time. They've got a lot more field in front of them this time, though, with the drive starting at the 15.
Yeah, it's kind of you want to answer if you're Hartington Newcastle. I think one concern you might have is it just kind of feels like Crofton's starting to take control of that game up front. But if you can continue to answer and stay in this ball game, it just kind of feels it kind of feels like punch counter punch in this ball game.
from the 15, 4 receivers split wide. Although a lot of times those slot receivers end up being used like running backs. You see it here. On play action, Hymas pumps, tipped, incomplete. Foxhoven had a beat on it. The pass was tipped by Allen. It'll be second down.
Yeah, the ball tipped at the line of scrimmage here.
Was trying to go over the top.
That was Trevor Allen there defensively that got his hand on that, and then Foxhoven just could not quite get there. That's if you're a Wildcat fan, that was a scary one because it kind of hung up there for a while. Foxhoven almost got to it.
Second down, 10 now from the 15. Rosner in motion. Hymas will keep, hesitates. Maybe a yard or two. It'll be third down upcoming for Hartington Newcastle. That hole just never really opened up for Hymas there. It'll be 3rd and 8.
Hartington Newcastle now with the another long yardage situation. Now last time on 3rd and 7 they were able to pick it up. This is 3rd down and 8. And you almost, it feels like kind of an important conversion opportunity because if you don't make it, you're going to punt from your own area and then give Crofton probably pretty good field position.
Crofton showing blitz. Here they come on 3rd and 8. Quick out, caught, turning upfield. Feilmeyer stretches forward. He got it. Great effort after the catch by the sophomore across the 25 to the 27, 28-yard line. It's first down.
It's a simple out route, but Feilmeyer, not only does he catch it, he turns upfield quickly. He's got some wheels, Feilmeyer does. That was a quick play to get that first down.
Rosner in motion. Gets the edge, turns upfield. Well, you feel a murmur in the crowd whenever they get the sense that this young man's in space. He is a home run hitter, gets about 5 there.
That's some real speed on this team, this Hartington Newcastle team. Rosner obviously very, very fast. Just saw Feilmeyer make a very quick move there to pick up that first down a moment ago. Get the ball out there to those guys in space and let them make plays.
Now it's Feilmeyer in space. Bouncing. Can't get away. Great open field tackle there. That's Grant Jordan. Again, a young man, only 5 tackles coming into tonight. You talk about what missing Tramp does offensively, but defensively he was Crofton's leading tackler.
Yeah.
Other guys are stepping up, though.
All-state caliber on both sides of the ball was Wyatt Tramp.
Hymas on 3rd down has to back out of it. Turns the corner, dives forward. I think he's got it. Great effort by the senior signal caller on 3rd down. Boy, had gotten into the backfield, but Hymas able to back away and move the sticks.
Yeah, that's what I call a want-to play. Hymas wanted to get that first down, wasn't going to be stopped. Put on the afterburners there, dove for that first down. Great play by the quarterback.
1st and 10 now from the 38. Quick hitter, far side, caught not much, maybe a yard. That's Mason Krause, the junior, his 5th reception of the season. And it'll be 2nd down at about 9.
Yeah, more kind of, Hartington Newcastle is a team all year that has been able to hit the big play. It's a different caliber of defense that they've faced all year. But right now they're moving the football. They're picking up first downs and doing what you have to do, showing that they can play against this defense.
Hymas to the right side. Oh boy, good strong tackle. How about that strength by big Porter Bartles, the sophomore, coming in at 190 pounds to yank Hymas down. It'll be 3rd down and about 3 from the 35.
I'm not going to arm wrestle with Bartles. That was a strong one-armed play.
So 3rd and 3 after the gain of 6 by Hymas. Halfway through this second quarter. And what's been a fascinating matchup between 2 very good 8-man programs tonight. Rosner can't turn the corner. Crofton's defense does the job. That's Foxhoven. Loss on the play. It'll be 4th down. Decision time for Coach Rusty Fuller.
That's another great example of play in your position. Foxhoven stays home, gets out there and makes a sure tackle. And now it's 4th down and 5 here for Hartington Newcastle. I think, you gamble a little bit here, but you are in Crofton territory. At the 80-yard field, a punt doesn't get a whole lot for you unless you can pin Crofton, inside the 10 or something. We'll see what Coach Fuller decides to do. I think they're going to call timeout here.
He's going to let this clock melt down and talk it over. Discussion time for the Wildcats. We'll take a timeout as well. Big fourth down coming. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Heine Electric and Irrigation of Hartington and Vermilion, your ag partner when it comes to pivots, pumps, wells, grain bins, or earth moving. And by Security Bank, my kind of bank with locations in Hartington, Allen, Coleridge, Laurel, and Osmond. Member FDIC.
Let your next adventure take flight in Sarpy County, Nebraska for some high-flying fun. Legendary family adventures. Out-of-this-world shopping. Star-studded evenings. And award-winning experiences. Our flights are never canceled. Stay, play, and plan your getaway at GoSarpy.com.
Fourth down and 5. It is the offense breaking the field, breaking the huddle for Hartington Newcastle. Rosner in motion. They'll give it to him. He's going to try to use his speed, lost his footing, and Crofton gets the stop. Jackson makes the tackle at the 35-yard line. No cutback lanes available, and Crofton's defense comes up big.
Rosner had a bit of a lane there, and he just lost his footing. He's quick enough. If he's able to make that cut, he might have had a chance to get the first down, but that slip cost him, and certainly cost Hartington Newcastle because they turned the football over on fourth down.
Boy, how impressive has this Crofton defense been tonight. First and 10 now, great field position from the 35. Double wing set. Jackson to the air. Doesn't have anybody open, so he's going to take off with a lot of room. Tyson Jackson into Wildcat territory, rumbling across the 25 to the 22-yard line. First down, Crofton.
I'll take a quarterback any day of the week. Now, first of all, a good decision. Don't force the pass, nothing there. And there's a big open area. Watch him at the end of this run. He's going to run a guy over. That's what I like about a quarterback like him. I mean, quarterbacks that slide or run out of bounds. He's going to run a guy over out there.
That is the hallmark of a converted fullback, I got to believe. First and 10 from the Hartington Newcastle 22. Pitch. Looks like Jordan tripping forward. Yep, Grant Jordan, the sophomore, across the 20. Solid first down gain, though. Gain of 6. It'll be 2nd and 4.
Now the big dogs up front, the big uglies, as I like to call them. Again, mom and dad. I think they're handsome young men, but that's what we call them.
Style of play.
Yep. Porter Bartles, Sam Berger, and Tyson Sanger up front for Crofton tonight. You got a couple tight ends, Trevor Allen and Braxton Foxhoven. They've done a good job, I think. They're starting to establish that line of scrimmage against that Hartington Newcastle front.
They average about 210 up front, 2nd and 4. Jordan spins forward, but whirled down shy of first down yardage. That's Aiden Rosner, the senior, making the play at the 14-yard line, so it'll be 3rd and about 2.
Well, definitely 4-down territory here for Crofton, and that's where they want to be, this running offense. They want those 3rd down and shorts. Again, we just mentioned that offensive line, and you got, even though you don't have Wyatt Tramp, you've got good running backs. And certainly Panning back there is a quality running back that can pick up a couple of yards easily.
Haven't seen Panning at all this drive. It's been Jordan who gets the pitch on 3rd and 2, gets the first down, trips forward across the 10. It's 1st and goal, Crofton. Grant Jordan, again, had not carried the football prior to this evening, but there he gets 7, and it's 1st and goal.
Yeah, sophomore showing he's got some talent. Pick up that first down. And that's going to make this team better, I think, in the long run. When you hate to lose a guy like Wyatt Tramp to an illness here tonight, especially playing a team like Hartington Newcastle. But sometimes guys got to step up, and Jordan's been doing that in this ball game. And that, in the long run, that's as a sophomore, this is your quality game reps he's getting.
1st and goal from the 7. Crofton trying to make this a 2-score game. Straight ahead. Bowling over defenders into the end zone. Tyson Jackson his second rushing touchdown tonight, 7th of the season. An impressive late quarter drive by Crofton.
Well, Jackson's my favorite quarterback. I'm just saying that right now. Just running over people out there, banging into people. That's an impressive drive. Now, they got a bit of a short field, but didn't take them long to move the ball down and put the points on the board with that Jackson run.
They'll go for 2 again. 1 for 2 on 2-pointers tonight and hold everything. We've got a timeout called by Crofton. We'll keep it here. 2:34 to go in the half. We've got Crofton. Oh, it's great sunset season, isn't it? That's a beautiful shot there. Hartington looking west out of town, up here in Cedar County.
You know, with the trees and the red there, it kind of almost reminds me that Christmas is like 3 months away.
Calm down with that. I got 2 other birthdays to worry about. I got actually 3 with the wife's birthday coming up. You know, trying to save to send a kid to college. What I'm saying is, Merry Christmas. Here's a coupon for a car wash. That's probably what you're getting, kids.
So I'm guessing my present won't be very good.
No,
gotcha.
You're not going to get much from me at all, Lou. I'll be honest with you. All right, 2-point conversion here for Crofton. It's Jackson. Straight ahead, he's gifting Crofton. Oh, doesn't get there. Great. Stiff defense there on the D-line. So, 2:34 to go in the half. 20-6, Crofton leads. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
It's not about the hours. It's not about the acres. It's about the legacy, passed from one generation to the next. At Madison County Bank, we see your farming operation as a legacy, as a successful business, as a crucial part of the world's well-being. For over 130 years, Madison County Bank has stood beside farmers and ranchers in Northeast Nebraska. We have been and always will be here to help you grow. Madison County Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hey, folks, stick around for our halftime show. Brought to you by Visit Kearney. Find it all in Kearney. A lot of big games in Class D1 tonight. 2 games that are matchups between ranked teams, one not far from here, between 2 teams that Crofton has already played. We'll take a look at those. Look elsewhere in the district, a district that also includes Bloomfield, Boyd County. Now, Boyd County taking on Wausau Osmond this evening. Bloomfield taking on, or rather it's Bloomfield against Wausau Osmond. Boyd County's at Niobrara Verdigris this evening. From the 8-yard line, Filemeyer hammered in the open field. Wow. Jace Panning dropping the 130-pound sophomore. Take another look at this one.
Yeah, watch this hit by Panning. My goodness. Wow, that's a good shot there. Great special teams play by Panning. You know, with the 8-man, you got a lot of guys playing both ways, but they also play special teams.
Yep.
And Panning makes a big tackle there, and Hartington Newcastle does not have great field position to start this drive.
Filemeyer in motion. Tries to cut back, upended. Gets a couple. It'll be second down and about 8 for the Wildcats. Filemeyer's 4th carry this evening. Again, they line up 4 wide, but those slot receivers generally kind of end up being running backs for Coach Fuller in this offense. They'll go quick hitter near side. Good sure tackling. Clock keeps ticking. Nice tackle there by Allen. As he gets to the 25-yard line, does Rosner. That's a gain of about 6. It'll be 3rd down.
It's like a long handoff, passes like that. That's kind of like an extended running play, and it gets a nice gain there on 2nd down.
3rd and 3. Rosner in motion. Switches the other way. Wants the edge. Cuts back. Breaks a tackle. 1st down. Keeping it going. Boy, he is slippery in space. Knocked out of bounds at the 35-yard line, an 11-yard gain.
He's slippery, but he's strong, too. Watch him run through this tackle and pick up that 1st down. That's a big 1st down. 1:28 to go. before halftime. Hartington Newcastle still has 1 timeout to work with.
Rosner 53 yards on 8 carries this evening. Now it's Hymas coming the other way. Has to cut upfield quickly. Crofton stayed home. Hymas only gets 2.
And Sanger with a nice tackle. Got him around the ankles to prevent a bigger play.
Actually only 1. It'll be 2nd down and 9. From the 37. Filemeyer in motion. Hymas to the air. Checks down Rosner. Good tackle in open space. That's big Tyson Sanger tripping Rosner up. It'll be 3rd down after the gain of maybe 3. And now Hartington Newcastle is going to burn a timeout. We'll take one as well. It'll be 3rd and 6. Wildcats with the ball. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. Visit GoCurrency.com for details. Region 4 Behavioral Health, affordable, accessible, quality mental health and substance abuse services. And by The Carpet Shop, providing quality residential and commercial floor covering and installation for almost 50 years.
Coach Tom Allen trying to get his defense to stop. Hartington Newcastle, no timeouts left. 3rd and 6 from midfield. Filemeyer in motion. Hymas on the drop back. This time has time. Pumps, fires, playing in traffic. It'll be 4th down.
I tell you what, Tyson Sanger had himself a possession there. He had 2 tackles. One on 1st down, 1 on 2nd down, and he was the one that pressured Hymas there, spun out of a block. We should be able to see it. Number 70 right there. Watch him spin out of that, and he's in Hymas' face, made him get rid of it maybe a little quicker than he wanted to now. Wildcats going to punt the ball away.
Grant Jordan almost had an interception. Gratzfield's punt, nobody back deep for Crofton. This one will leak into the end zone for the touchback. Boy, that thing stopped a yard farther than Gratzfield wanted it to. That was a really nice punt. 40 yards, no return. Crofton will have it 1st and 10 from the 15, just 1 timeout. And, Lou, I got to believe Coach Allen will be more than happy to head to the break up 14.
Yeah, it's been a good first half. I think Crofton, they showed who they are. They're a physical team. They run the ball well. And certainly a good defensive team that has held this Hartington Newcastle team in check in the first half.
From the 15, well, they're going to go to the air. I'll check that. Still some open space, though. Tyson Jackson rumbles his way for a gain of about 9 there to the 24-yard line.
He's got that number that Doug Flutie used to wear at quarterback, but I think he plays more like Jeff Makovica.
Different style of quarterback than Doug Flutie. It wasn't running over a lot of guys back in his Boston College days. Jackson has been very impressive running the football this evening as Crofton calls timeout. Jackson 49 yards on 6 carries for 2 touchdowns. Yeah. So, it's a cliche, right? Next man up, but we've seen it. All right, you got no Wyatt Tramp, Tyson Jackson. Crofton's going to need you to carry it a little more. He does. Jace Panning, he's at 81 yards rushing on 11 carries. We've seen Grant Jordan, who is not on tape because he hasn't carried the ball at any point this season. He's running the ball well. To me, that means that this offensive line for Crofton is as good as any as you're going to find in the state of Nebraska.
Yeah, and also you've got talent. I mean, a guy like Panning, like you mentioned it earlier, he'd start for a lot of teams. Or, he'd be the man. He'd be the featured back for most teams.
2nd and 1. Jackson spins straight ahead, 1st down and more. Fights his way to the 34-yard line. That's a gain of 10 when they needed 1. Crofton, they are not content with a 14-point lead. They're going to try a quick spike here. And stop the clock with 22 seconds. No timeouts for either side. We might see what kind of arm. Maybe we'll get a Doug Flutie type pass here at the end of the half.
Why not? Give it a chance. Jackson is, I believe, 1 for 1 through the air.
Yep,
They're
13
one pass.
yards. They've not thrown it a ton this year, just a 37% completion percentage. Coach Fuller broke it down, said 87% of their plays have been runs this year. Jackson straight ahead. Clock's going to keep running after that gain of 5. We'll see if Crofton's able to spike in and get one more play or if they're just going to let this go to the half. Looks like that's going to do it. Boy, the Crofton Warriors impressive here thus far, Lou, and they've been doing it with their defense, holding this high-powered Wildcat offense in check.
Yeah, team averaging 70 points a game, has 6 at halftime. I think Crofton has to be pretty happy with the way the first half went.
20-6 Warriors halftime show coming up. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
At Faith Regional Physician Services Family Medicine, our definition of care is showing devotion to and concern towards the health of you and your family. We believe each person that walks through our doors deserves to have a primary care provider they're comfortable with, to be treated like family, and to have their health needs exceeded. Our 20 family medicine providers, located in 10 communities throughout Northeast Nebraska, offer comprehensive health care for all ages. Whether you need a yearly checkup, chronic care management, or you're under the weather, count on us for primary health care you can trust. And if you or your family require a higher level of care, our primary care providers connect you to the area's largest multi-specialty physician group, ensuring a seamless healthcare experience. Choose Faith Regional Physician Services Family Medicine, where we don't just care for you, we care about you.
I was given a prescription opioid pain medication that lasted a lot longer than the pain itself, and within only a few months, I was completely addicted. I lost everything, and I started to watch my life slip away. These drugs are addictive. One prescription can be all it takes to lose everything.
Are your Medicare supplements too high? Does your employer not offer health insurance? Who can I trust locally in a live office and not an 800 number? Come see Insurance 365 healthcare experts Angela Credeville and Sarah Kuhn. Angela specializes for you with personal consulting for people over 65 and their Medicare plans. Sarah is the expert on individual plans for those of you under 65. Angela and Sarah, the healthcare experts you want to do business with.
Halftime here at Hochstein Field, and it's Crofton, the road team, with the lead at the break over Hartington Newcastle by a score of 20-6. Lou, I saw an article this week that I had to laugh at. They are making a movie about pickleball. They're literally going to make a movie where pickleball is the featured sport. It just shows you how popular this sport has gotten. And that's why the the Kearney Sportsplex, owned by the city of Kearney, opening in the spring, is going to be a big deal because they're going to have 4 pickleball courts with spectator seating. So folks can watch the movie about pickleball, get excited about it, and go to the Kearney Sportsplex and take up the sport for themselves.
Well, they should probably make that movie at the Kearney Sportsplex.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I don't know that there's a better facility anywhere where you could do something like that. I could see that movie like being about a guy that comes out of nowhere and he faces the champ and he goes the distance. I think that one's been made, though.
Yes.
But the Kearney Sportsplex is where I would make that movie, even if it's a bad movie. That's where I'd make it, is the Kearney Sportsplex.
Call that movie Picky instead of Rocky. The Kearney Sportsplex. It's going to be an incredible. They're going to put it right there on Eunice Drive. That's where they're constructing it. If you've never been to Kearney, really big emerging, developing area right by a bunch of hotels. They got some new restaurants out there. The brand new Visit Kearney Center is out there as well. The Kearney Sportsplex coming next spring to the city of Kearney. Back after this, you're watching the halftime show on News Channel Nebraska.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Bank of Hartington. The Bank of Hartington wishes the best of luck to all area teams this season. And by You Save Pharmacy in Norfolk, where their mission is your family's health.
Heine Electric and Irrigation can help you with several services. Wells and pumps. They have well drillers registered in Nebraska, South Dakota, and Iowa with contractors who can install your line and pumps. Suck-up grain service. Technicians can frame, pour, build, and service your suck-up grain bins and grain handling equipment. Center Pivot Service. With their Valmont trained and certified technicians, they provide top-notch service, and they have the equipment for earth moving and clearing. Heine Electric and Irrigation, Hartington and Vermilion.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The yellow jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people. Now we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
Halftime here at Russ Hochstein Field in Hartington. 20-6, Crofton with the lead over Hartington Newcastle. Let's take a look at our top plays here at the halftime. Lou, Crofton, we heard coming in no Wyatt Tramp tonight, but they've done pretty well for themselves both offensively and defensively. Their defense has done the job tonight.
Yeah, they've been very good. Very disciplined defense, good tackling team, and as we say many times about Crofton, very physical. And there's a nice run there by Panning for the touchdown.
Jace Panning has been the guy who stepped up without Wyatt Tramp. 82 yards on the ground on 11 carries in that score. But, they've been getting it done in the rugby scrums as well, Lou. I know you really like what Tyson Jackson does as a quarterback.
Yeah, it's a running team. You want to have a quarterback that can deliver a blow, and Jackson does that. He's a strong, tough runner. And how about some quickness there from Hartington Newcastle? Great job by Rosener. What an addition he has been for this ball club.
Yeah, they need more of that, a play in space. That's their only score of the game. Crofton has been getting it done. We saw Panning earlier. There he is again from 21 yards out. Again, 11 carries, 82 yards in the first half for the junior. He had a big game against the Wildcats last year when they played, and he extends Crofton's lead. But, Lou, it's defense that has been getting the job done. Big fourth down stop here. The play that time made by Jackson on the defensive side.
Yeah, you love it when your quarterback is out there making tackles on the defensive side as well, right? And there's just a tough run by Jackson up the middle. Play action Jackson. He's only done it once, but he completed it. I still like that nickname.
So 20-6, Crofton with the lead at the half. 186 yards on the ground for Crofton in that first half. That's impressive. They're outgaining Hartington Newcastle overall 198 to 118. We'll take a look at some scores from around Class D1 next. You're watching the halftime show on NCN.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Heine Electric and Irrigation of Hartington and Vermilion, your ag partner when it comes to pivots, pumps, wells, grain bins, or earth moving. And by Security Bank, my kind of bank with locations in Hartington, Allen, Coleridge, Laurel, and Osmond. Member FDIC.
At Faith Regional Physician Services Family Medicine, our definition of care is showing devotion to and concern towards the health of you and your family. We believe each person that walks through our doors deserves to have a primary care provider they're comfortable with, to be treated like family, and to have their health needs exceeded. Our 20 family medicine providers, located in 10 communities throughout Northeast Nebraska, offer comprehensive health care for all ages. Whether you need a yearly checkup, chronic care management, or you're under the weather, count on us for primary health care you can trust. And if you or your family require a higher level of care, our primary care providers connect you to the area's largest multi-specialty physician group, ensuring a seamless healthcare experience. Choose Faith Regional Physician Services Family Medicine, where we don't just care for you, we care about you.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Fields, farms, communities. That's Farmers Pride. Our purpose is simple. We help farmers feed the world. We bring value to our communities by investing in what matters to people. Because we are from here, work here, and live here. We believe in cooperatives, locally owned, locally operated, and locally controlled. In the field, on your farm, in your community. That's Farmers Pride.
Yankton Medical Clinic, Norfolk location, has several multi-specialty outreach physicians, including ear, nose, and throats, orthopedic surgery, urology, nephrology, general surgery, and pulmonology. Our physicians are all board certified. They have obtained the highest level of medical expertise in their field. Rated by our patients with a perfect 5 stars. Yankton Medical Clinic, Norfolk location, offers so much care, so close to home. Located in the Fountain Point Medical Building, Norfolk.
Back at the half here at Hochstein Field, 20-6. Crofton, 6th-ranked team in Class D1 with a lead over Hartington Newcastle. Here's a look at our rankings around the state, our current NCN rankings. Stanton, they changed that to 5-0. They won last night. They beat Lutheran High Northeast 62-8. So the dominance continues there. There are 2 games that are between ranked teams right now, including an instant classic going on in Plainview. Summerland in Plainview, late second quarter, they are tied at 28 right now. We saw Plainview last week. That's a team trying to get healthy, get a few guys back. They could be a sleeper the rest of the way. Another matchup between ranked teams. Dundee County Stratton is at Arapahoe. It's close at the half. Arapahoe an 8-0 lead there. Some interesting scores. Sandy Creek's got 3-1 Thayer Central. They're up 22-0 at the half. Shelby Rising City at East Butler. They're rolling right now 28-6. That's late second quarter. How about North Platte St. Pat's up on Highline 21-6? That might be a little bit closer than people might have expected. And this one, certainly surprising. Pleasanton at 4-0, only up 8-0 on Arcadia Loop City right now. That one at the half. In terms of district play for these two teams, another interesting halftime score. Bloomfield 16, Wausau Osmond 8. So the Vikings hanging with Bloomfield right now. Gives you a sense of what's going on in Class D1 around the state of Nebraska this evening.
Eric, a couple of scores outside of D1 that might be interesting for folks. Certainly, a couple of weeks we'll be seeing the Pierce Blue Jays halftime score with SCOTUS tied at 7.
Hey.
And so that's a good ball game. A big one between Battle Creek and Oakland Craig in Class C2. Second quarter, Battle Creek 21-18. That's a good game. And the shocker of the night, Bennington's winning. I don't. Just a shocker. Yeah, they're up 28-7 over Gretna.
Double check that, Lou. I don't believe you. The last time Bennington lost, I think I was a junior in high school.
Yeah.
I think it's 40 in a row for the Badgers now. It'll be 41 likely after tonight.
Last time Bennington lost, there was 13 colonies.
Well, here's the thing. Hartington Newcastle down 14. But this is an offense that's built on big plays, Lou, and all it takes is one to change the fortune of a team. They are by no means out of this game, and all it takes is a couple of big plays to spring them forward.
I think that's the message from Coach Fuller is, look, you guys are good. This is a good football team now. You're playing a good football team, but you're down 2 scores. You've got a whole second half to play. The key right now is to make those plays, right? Crofton, the stronger team in that first half, so you got to counter that and try to make some big plays, maybe through the air or get you know, we've seen some speed from the Wildcats. Try to get guys out in space and make some plays. I think if you're Crofton, though, you're pretty confident because of the way you ran the football. 186 yards in that first half. I mean, that's outstanding in 8-man football. That's a great half of running the football. So Crofton feels like they're playing their game. And it's key here now for Hartington Newcastle to try to stay with them, make some plays, and try to take this thing into the fourth quarter.
Hartington Newcastle will be starting with the ball to start the second half. After gaining 118 yards in the first half, just 18 through the air. And Lou, I think that's been the most impressive thing that Crofton's been able to do defensively is hem Hartington Newcastle in. They've gotten the edge a couple of times, but there's not been a lot of open space for these speedsters to make big plays.
Yeah, there haven't been a lot of big plays. You're right, they've hit a crease here and there, but it really hasn't hurt them. 6 points on the board, a team that's averaging 70 a game. You'll take that defensive effort every single time. And I think, not only are you, if you're Crofton, are you excited about the way you've ran the ball and the way the offensive line is blocked, but certainly the way the defense has played and limited those big plays from the Wildcats.
Glad you could join us here on News Channel Nebraska. Don't forget, we got more great action coming up tomorrow. We got college volleyball coming your way. Wayne State, number 8 team in the country. That's what I'm trying to say. At home for the first time, finally. They'll be hosting University of Mary. Kaylin Debin will be there for you, starting at 12:50 tomorrow afternoon here on NCN. All right, Crofton kicking away, second half underway. Fielded on a hop at the 8-yard line. Hymas on a sprint. Bowling defenders over, strong return. And Hartington Newcastle will start this drive at the 30-yard line.
You mentioned Jackson stepping in from the fullback spot to play quarterback. Well, about Hymas, he's a running back and a receiver. He's done a little bit of everything for this offense. And up to this point in the season, been very effective at that quarterback spot. He returned the kick there. I think that's the guy you want to kind of turn loose here in the second half is Hymas and see what plays he can make.
33 yards on 11 carries in the first half, 5 of 7 through the air for 18 yards. Hands off on the read option, and there's that Crofton pursuit again. Boy, Tyson Jackson everywhere tonight. No gain for Rosner at 2nd and 10.
Have yourself a game, young man. Jackson playing on the edge, and that's, it's tough to run at Crofton, and it's equally hard to get around on the edge. This is a solid defensive unit.
2nd down 10 from the 30. In motion, Rosner backing out over the top, has a man, dropped.
Oh.
Mason Krause wants that one back. It'll be 3rd down.
Absolutely, he does. That was placed very well. The only thing I can think of maybe is Krause was hearing some footsteps. A couple defenders closing in on him. But absolutely, he wants that one back. That one should have been caught.
So 3rd down and 10. One of the few times Hartington Newcastle's kind of gotten behind the defense tonight. So 3rd and 10, going with a couple of tight ends. In motion is Rosner. Hymas to the air again. Over the middle, caught. That time he hauled it in.
Yeah.
Like that confidence, go right back to the young man, and he rewards him with an 11-yard reception.
Well, sometimes you get a second chance, right? Krause wanted it back. He got it back. He made a nice catch. Like the throw from Hymas there, kind of threaded the needle. Krause with that sure catch. Even the great ones, even Jerry Rice dropped a football now and then.
1st and 10 in Crofton territory at the 39-yard line after that gain of 11. Receivers stacked to either side. That's Will Feilmeyer, the sophomore in motion. Has a block on the edge. And a solid 1st down pickup. Knocked out of bounds, the 35-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 6. Feilmeyer had 18 yards on the ground in the first half.
I think Rusty Fuller looks a little like those refs that are all in great shape. I mean,
yeah, it might be related to a hockey league somewhere down the line. 2nd down and 6. Hymas up the middle. Squirts through the initial. So it's Hartington Newcastle, 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line of Crofton as we just start the second half alongside Lou Siefker. I'm Eric McKay.
This is a quarter of second chances. Hartington Newcastle got stuffed there on 4th down and short. Missed it by about a half a yard. Then the next play, get the football right back off the fumble. And a chance to climb right back in this ball game.
Second turnover by Crofton tonight. Can Hartington Newcastle make them pay this time around? Hymas pestered in the backfield immediately. Crofton ready for him. And that's the sophomore, Trevor Allen, who's angling for more playing time with the way he has stepped in with Wyatt Tramp out. It's 2nd and 15 after that loss of 5.
Well, either Trevor Allen is a really good player or they just got a whole bunch of really good players over there, right? I mean, he stepped up and played very well.
2nd down and 15. Swing pass, right side, nothing there. Look at the pursuit. And that's Jackson again. Filemeyer can only get a yard, maybe 2. And it'll be 3rd down. In fact, he lost a yard. It's going to be 3rd and 16.
Well, you mentioned how we see Coach Allen there. We mentioned how Hartington Newcastle runs to the ball well, and they do. But, boy, this Crofton defense is, even if it's just one guy, they just run the ball. They get there so quickly, it's tough to make a move on them because there's a defender ready to make the tackle the minute you catch the ball.
3rd down and about 16 from the 38. Over the middle, it is dropped, incomplete, jarred loose. Great play late. I believe that was Lind who came over to knock it out of Krause's hands, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, Jackson Lind with a nice hit. Another ball right on the money to Krause, but Lind knocks it free. Now it's 4th down and 15. It looks like they're going to try to punt the ball and try to pin Crofton deep.
Kane Gratzfield, the freshman's had a couple of nice punts tonight, 33 and 40 yards. Cannot take advantage. So Crofton has fumbled it twice and have not paid for it either time. This kick will be well into the end zone for a touchback. So a 33-yard punt, no return. Nets 18 as Crofton will have it 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. So Hartington Newcastle's offense, Lou, just continues to be stymied by this Warrior front.
Well, I think you've seen that Crofton's taking control of the game. Now, again, it's a tenuous control because only 2 scores, but they've stopped Hartington Newcastle, this vaunted offense, twice there. They stopped him on 4th and short and then fumbled the ball right away, give it right back to the Wildcats, and still Hartington Newcastle can't do anything with it.
Now going on the ground on 1st down for very little is Panning. They'll give him a yard to the 16. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
And I think if you're Coach Tom Allen here, you'd love a nice, long, time-consuming drive, take a 3-score lead, and eat a lot of this clock and make it very difficult for the Wildcats to come back.
Look, that's the best way to stop this Hartington Newcastle offense, right? Just keep them off the field. They've done that largely tonight. 2nd and 9. There's a break free in the backfield. Ashton Wakely had a couple of big plays early. He's been quiet of late, but a huge play there. Loss of a yard. It's 3rd and 10.
Yeah, that looked like the first play of the ball game. Wakely get on there and make a play in the backfield. And if you're Hartington Newcastle, exactly what you wanted to do here is, and that's try to force Crofton to go 3 and out and at least put them in a 3rd down and long situation, an area where Warriors are not all that comfortable.
So 3rd down and 10 from the 15. And we got stoppage. First flag of the game. It's a big one. It'll be a procedure penalty against Crofton.
Yeah, I told the officials that we had something going on after the game, so kind of keep those flags to a minimum if you could.
Always happy to oblige.
Yeah. They said, beat it, broadcaster.
Yeah. Well, if I had a nickel for every time I've heard that. All right, so 3rd and 10 becomes 3rd and 15. They'll go to the air. Nope, it's a draw play. Set up pretty well. Shy of 1st down yardage, but close enough that maybe they think about going for it. It's 4th and about 2. Good gain by Jackson, who has played Just an incredible game tonight. Gets 13 there.
Well, we found out a lot this year that these coaches know what they're doing, and I really don't. But having said that, I think this defense has played so well. The offense feels like they can pick up 2 yards, but you're kind of I guess you can go for it in this sense, knowing that your defense is really good. But I think they're going to kick it here.
Yep, Foxhoven is in to punt it away. Hymas back deep. Nope, they're going to fake it. It's Panning. Flipped forward by Foxhoven. It's going to depend on the spot.
I think he got it.
They had to measure when Hartington Newcastle went for it on 4th down, and they were short by a couple of chain links.
Yeah, he got
and
it. And
it's a 1st down.
He got that by about a yard.
How about the gutsy call by Coach Allen to go for it, to fake it? Foxhoven gets it to Panning and keeps the drive going.
The riverboat gambler, Tom Allen. And boy, Panning, he got hit there, but he got the forward progress. That's a good spot. He did get that forward progress to pick up that 1st down.
Boy, bookmark that play. That's a big one halfway through this 3rd quarter. Near side pitch, it's Panning. He's got a seam. 1st down yardage out across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Jace Panning inching closer to triple digits on the ground.
Yeah, I like Panning. I like how hard he runs. He's one of those guys. He's quick, but he delivers a blow too. He's I tell you what, he's a guy that to be watching not only with Wyatt Tramp out, but down the road here for this program.
Yeah, just a junior. 1st and 10, they go to him again. This time Hartington Newcastle in the backfield. Slip trying to cut back. Great initial pressure there by Aiden Rosner. It's a loss of a yard.
I don't know if it's just coincidental or if that middle of that field might be a little bit slick. We've seen a few guys slip.
We have indeed. Trying to keep you updated on some of the other big games tonight. Plainview Summerlin still at the half, tied at 28. We'll let you know about that one as the game goes on. Here at 2nd and 11 for Crofton. But you talked about it, Lou, ball control. They've burned 4 minutes off the clock on this drive.
Yeah, just what you want to do here with that 2-score lead.
Pitch near side, Panning, not much, maybe about a yard, that's it. Good swarming tackling there. Hymas in on the stop. Lincoln Grutch, big sophomore, 245-pound sophomore in there as well. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Win or lose this game tonight, Hartington Newcastle has impressed me. We talked about it in the first half. Obviously a stronger team, a team that matches up better physically, but a team that runs really well. I mean, this is a quality team, and there's some winnable games ahead. This team obviously is, I think, is going to be a playoff team, and they might have a fairly high seed in the playoffs if they keep winning.
3rd down and 10. Going to the air. It's Foxhoven.
Set up.
Left side has blockers. 1st down the far sideline. Braxton Foxhoven deep into Hartington Newcastle territory. And they get it through the air.
That's set up really well. We talked about Hartington Newcastle being very aggressive. That play set up going to the right, then turned back, though, that screen pass to the left, and there's nobody out there. That was set up very well, and they kind of use that aggressiveness that Hartington Newcastle brings defensively against them on that play.
Goes for 23, 1st and 10 at the Hartington Newcastle 21. Straight ahead goes Jackson. Sort of fakes like he's going to roll out and then just completes the 360, goes straight ahead for 6.
Yeah, we've seen that a few times, and therein lies the fullback in him. That just a spin move right up the middle, and a 6-yard gain on 1st down. That's Crofton football right there. That's that in a nutshell. They aren't going to break a whole lot of big plays, but they're going to muscle you and push you around up front, and certainly with a strong quarterback run as well.
Jackson averaging 8 yards per carry, looking to add to it here. You want to talk about strength? How about Wakely with one hand just yanking the 195-pounder down? It's 3rd down.
242 pounds. Are you sure Wakely doesn't play for Kansas State? I'm not sure. Maybe he's at the wrong game. I'm not sure.
One of the additions to this team transferred over from Wausau in the offseason. And they have welcomed him. That big defensive front setting Crofton up with a 3rd and 4 here. from the 15. Straight ahead goes Jackson, and that offensive line trying to ride the wave. Depends on the spot. Near side judge looks like he has it. He is indeed signaling first down. Jackson gets 4 and moves the sticks. 1st and 10 Crofton as this drive continues to tick now 6 minutes and counting.
Well, you know, this drive feels a little bit like it could be a defining drive in this ball game. I mean, if Crofton's able to score here, we talked about it just a moment ago. They'd love to have a long, time-consuming drive that ends in points, and that's looking like that's going to happen right now.
Left side, falling forward, Jackson for about 4. Gets down to the 6-yard line where it'll be 2nd down. They still have the first down yard marker up, but to get the first down, you'd have to somehow be stopped at like the 1/2 inch line. This is ostensibly a goal-to-go situation.
Suppose you could run over there and just drop down right in between there to pick up the first down.
If you pick up this first down without scoring, that might be more impressive than any play we've seen tonight. All right, 2nd down, I guess 6 from the 6-yard line. I formation behind Jackson. Up the middle, bounces off defenders and is in the end zone for the 3rd time tonight. Tyson Jackson extending Crofton's lead.
Well, I mentioned he's my favorite quarterback. I don't know if I said that yet or not. That's the same play. They have not done anything fancy. It's all been roll up your sleeves and muscle that football in there. And when you got a quarterback like Jackson, who's kind of almost like an offensive lineman out there, just delivering blows, same basic play they run, that spin move, and it's worked just about every time.
Now Jackson will go to the air on the 2-point conversion. It is caught. 2-point conversion good. Great snag there by Jack Miller. So 1:15 to go in the 3rd. Crofton up 22 on the road. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
Life can move at a pretty fast pace here in Nebraska. From lights on to lights out, there's no stopping our work ethic. That's why at Nebraska Public Power District, we take pride in keeping you going. Pride in knowing that your power grid is consistently ranked one of the nation's most reliable and resilient. We take on the challenges 24/7 because electricity is the lifeblood of your day, and powering your day is what motivates us to do our very best. NPPD, powering our state, empowering your life.
Gut check time for unbeaten Hartington Newcastle. The last team to beat them in the regular season was Crofton almost a year ago to the day. Now Hartington Newcastle trailing 22 with just 13 minutes and 15 seconds of football left here at Russ Hochstein Field alongside Lou Siefker. I'm Eric McKay. That was about a 7.5-minute drive there, Lou, capped off by that touchdown run.
Well, if you could have said at that moment when they took over the possession of the ball, what would you like to do? How about a long, time-consuming drive, ends in points? We said that already, and they do it. Took, as you mentioned, over 7 minutes off, so that does not leave much time for the Wildcats to get back in it.
Need to find those big plays that they've been using all year. They can score in a hurry, but they've been bottled up for the most part tonight. That return by Gratzfield sets up Hartington Newcastle 1st and 10 at the 21.
Yeah, it's now or never, I think, for Hartington Newcastle. Still minute 10 to go in the 3rd quarter, but you've got to put points on the board on this drive. And we just saw what Crofton does to you. A lot of body blows that wears you out, and they end up controlling the football. And you're not going to get many chances to get the ball back.
Roessner, the cut of field, first down and more. There's one of those big plays they were talking about. Boy, he does not need much, does he? Like shot out of a cannon into Crofton territory, first down.
Yeah, he is so quick. That is a big player for this Hartington Newcastle offense, and what a great time to get a nice gain like that and set your offense up in positive territory.
Goes for 25, 1st and 10 in Crofton territory at the 35. Hymas to the air over the top. Oh, he missed him. Feilmeyer was open.
Yeah,
Feilmeyer, I think, might have lost that ball, too, in the lights.
It's possible. It looked like he threw it to the wrong shoulder. I think if that ball's out in front of Feilmeyer, it looks like the ball, unless Feilmeyer ran the wrong route, but it looked like he threw it to the back shoulder instead of the front. And they missed that one because Feilmeyer was open.
Second down, 10. Roessner in motion. They fake to him. Hymas looking for something up the middle. Not much. That's Foxhoven making the play. They give him a yard. That's all. It's 3rd and 9.
There have been a lot of third downs tonight for Hartington Newcastle. Three of 10 tonight on third downs.
They got a big one here. 3rd down and 9, although this is likely 4-down territory. Let's see if they snap it before the end of the quarter. They do. Hymas looking for room up the left side. 1st down and more. Deeper into Crofton territory, down to the 15-yard line. A gain of 19 and some positive momentum for the Wildcats. As we've finished the 3rd quarter, Cole Hymas trying to will his team back into it. It's a 22-point game, 4th quarter next. This is NCN.
Elevate your drive with Woodhouse Ford. From driving the city streets to cruising the back roads, Woodhouse Ford has something for every lifestyle. Discover the joy of performance and reliability with Woodhouse Ford, where every mile is a testament to quality craftsmanship. With 3 locations in Omaha, Blair, and Plattsmouth, Woodhouse Ford is ready to help you. Shop our inventory and offers going on now and experience the difference of buying with Woodhouse Ford.
Getting set to start the 4th quarter here at Hochstein Field in Hartington. Hartington Newcastle's offense has been bottled up, but a couple of big plays has them 1st and 10 in Crofton territory at the 15. Alongside Lou Siefker, I'm Eric McKay. Lou, this is the type of offense that is never really out of a game, but they probably can't have any more empty possessions if they're going to come back tonight.
Right. You're exactly right. There's 12 minutes to go in the ball game. The last drive that Crofton had was about 7.5 minutes. So how many times are you going to get the ball, right? So you've got to score on this drive. Certainly it gives yourself a chance if you're Hartington Newcastle and you get a touchdown here. But an empty possession right now with the way Crofton's playing probably ends the ball game.
Hymas up the middle, hit hard as he falls forward for 2, maybe 3. Play finished off by Grant Jordan. The 2nd down, about 7 down to the 12-yard line. Hymas' 18th carry there. He has been bottled up, like we said tonight, just 56 yards on 18 carries.
Yeah, last run was his best one of the ball game. Picked up the 1st down, but was an explosive play. That's what the Wildcats need here to try to come back.
2nd and 7. Roessner in motion. Hymas keeps it up the middle for 1st down yardage. 1st and goal. Hartington Newcastle. Impressive run by the senior signal caller on a gain of 10.
We've seen a few of those tonight from Hymas. Just the 1-2 plays. You can see as a senior, he's trying to make plays, trying to win this football game for his ball club.
Roessner in motion. They fake to him. Hymas to the left, cuts up and in. Touchdown. Hartington Newcastle. That's exactly what the Wildcats needed. A quick score, 16th rushing touchdown of the year for Hymas. And it's back to a 2-possession game.
Yeah, much needed. Drive for the touchdown. Absolutely had to have it. Hymas was big on that drive, gets the touchdown. And now you've got to try a 2-point conversion. That's kind of been that's always the case with the 8-man games. It's kind of a game within the game. But you sure like to have those points.
Crofton 2 for 4 on 2-pointers tonight. Hartington Newcastle missed their first back in the 2nd quarter. Hymas near side. Feilmeyer has it, tiptoes in between the pylon for the 2-point conversion. And we got ourselves a ball game. 11:06 to go. It's 28-14. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
Let's get moving, Nebraska. Show us how you stay healthy and you could really make a difference. Capture these moments, whether it's a walk in the park, playing with your kids or pets, biking or swimming, or even cooking a healthy meal, and share them with us. Each week, one lucky winner will choose a school to receive a $500 donation from Medica. Join the fun and make a difference. Submit today at newschannelnebraska.com and your school could win $500. Stretch Across Nebraska, presented by Medica with News Channel Nebraska.
Coach Rusty Fuller has been in a lot of big games over the years. He's had a lot of success. Took Wausau to the playoffs twice. Took St. Paul to the semifinals twice. Had some really good teams when there was some team in Pierce County that was winning a bunch of games. Now he's got Hartington Newcastle back within 14. 11:06 to go alongside Lou Siefker. I'm Eric McKay.
Exactly what Hartington Newcastle had to do was to put together a drive, score points. Now you're 2 scores away. 11:06 to go is a lot. Now you've got that's a great job there by the up man. Which was
that Foxoven.
Yeah,
Second
great
time he's done that tonight.
Great play. That's like a shortstop just covering that ball. But that probably saved you at least 10 yards in field position. That's a great job by Foxhoven. And that's going to make it tougher now for Hartington Newcastle with good field position for Crofton. You can't allow Crofton to score any more points. I was going to say you'd love to have a 3 and out here in this situation and get that football right back.
But if you're Crofton here, you probably think about going for it on 4th down as close as you are to the end zone. We'll see. Jackson spinning forward into Hartington Newcastle territory now. Across the 40 to the 39, gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Summerland has just scored a touchdown. They are an extra point away from tying that game with Plainview.
Wow.
If they make it, it'll be 35-all, 7:12 to go. Still third quarter as we are 10:44 away from the end of this one.
What a game. A lot of good football teams in this neck of the woods. We've seen 2 of them right here as well.
Crofton's no doubt saying, yeah, and we've played all of them.
Yeah, exactly.
2nd and 7. The pitch to Panning. Driving forward close to 1st down yardage. It'll be 3rd and short. Call it a 6-yard gain there for Panning. This rushing offense from Crofton, very impressive. Panning now with 99 yards on the ground. Jackson is in triple digits, so almost 2 running backs over the century mark for the Warriors tonight.
And right where Crofton wants to be. 3rd down and 1. You're right. This is 4-down territory. If you don't get it here, you just go for it again.
3rd down and short. Jackson taking that decision off the table. He's still on his feet. Backing his way across the 30. Down to the 27-yard line. Ball came out, but after the play was over. That's a 6-yard gain when they needed 1. Tyson Jackson, has he stepped up tonight or what?
Yes, he has. That's the luxury in this offense, is to have that sort of a quarterback that follow that big offensive line and just add to that push. Now you pick up another 1st down and keep that clock a-ticking.
Summerland, by the way, win for 2. They got it. They're up 1, 36-35. 1st and 10 from the 27. Here's Panning. He's over 100 yards now. And a little bit more, still on his feet, spinning away across the 15 to the 14-yard line. Another 1st down for Crofton on a gain of 12.
That's another really good run. You know, you got to go back. I mean, you love guys like Panning, and for good reason. He's a good running back, but that offensive line has really controlled this ball game, especially here in the second half. Hartington Newcastle cannot stop them at this point. Outside of their own fumble, they've been able to churn out yards and points and really shorten this ball game and take the ball out of the hands of that offense.
1st and 10. From, call it the 15-yard line, just across the 15. Pitch to Panning, right side. This time not much, swarmed upon pretty quickly. No gain, it'll be 2nd and 10. Plainview just scored, by the way.
Wow.
They are going back and forth trading haymakers in Pierce County this evening.
Yeah, when this one's over, let's watch that one.
I mean you might have a whole fourth quarter by the time this one's over yet. Plainview, a team that Crofton has defeated, lost to Summerland by just 4 points in what was an amazing game in week 2. 2nd and 10. Hartington able to get back. Crofton just taking their time. They're going to call timeout here. We'll take one as well. 7:52 to go. Crofton in the driver's seat. Can they take it home? You're watching high school football on News Channel Nebraska.
When the game wraps up or even before kickoff, our community welcomes you with open arms. The Lincoln Convention and Visitors Bureau is happy to have you here, and we want to show you what we're all about. From wide open spaces to music, shopping, entertainment, and more, there is always something for you to discover in our city. Stop by the Visitors Center at 7th and P in the Haymarket or visit Lincoln.org. The Lincoln Convention and Visitors Bureau is a proud supporter of high school athletics.
$7:52 remaining in our fourth quarter, brought to you by Visit Lincoln. See and experience all that Lincoln has to offer. Discover more at Lincoln.org. 2nd down 10 from the 15. Panning, not much, but really for Crofton, you're just trying to keep it between the tackles.
Yeah.
It'll be 3rd down and 10 coming on Panning's 20th carry tonight.
Yeah, we figured that Panning would get his share of carries tonight without Wyatt Tramp in the ball game, and he's done a nice job.
3rd down and 10 from the 15. 2 receivers split to the left. We've not seen that from Crofton much tonight. Jackson wants to go to the air. He's not going to be able to. Hartington Newcastle stuffs it. Combining for the sack, Aiden Rosner and Lincoln Grutch, and it's 4th down.
Yep, 4th down. Clock continues to tick away here. Crofton, obviously, you're going to go for it here. There's no reason to punt at the 20-yard line, so they're going to go for it on 4th down and 4th down about 16, 15 or 16.
Yeah, call it 15 from the 20. It's Rosner's 2nd sack he's been on this season. Grutch's 1st. Now, if you're Crofton, I mean, if you can get it, great. If not, just run the clock down as much as you can. But that sack is huge, as Hartington Newcastle's defense can get the ball back down 2 scores. Jackson to the air. Pressured. Steps up. Scrambling. Won't get there. Big time stop for Hartington Newcastle. Rosner finishes it off. Only a couple yards on the scramble, and now Hartington Newcastle in business with 6:28 to go.
Yeah, what that does is it gives Hartington Newcastle a chance. You stopped Crofton, did what you had to do. You get the football back. 6:28 to play, 3 timeouts left. It's not over. Hartington Newcastle, we've seen it. They can have those explosive plays. It's what you're going to need here as the clock does start to become a factor.
I'll just say the last time these two teams played, Hartington Newcastle lost a lead of 22 points, 28-6. That was the lead Crofton had. Here's Hymas trying to stiff arm his way to the edge, gets about a yard. Short tackling by Tyson Jackson there, and it's 2nd and 9.
Couple quick scores for you, Eric. 3rd quarter, Battle Creek is up on Oakland Craig 28-24. Another great game going on there. 3rd quarter also, SCOTUS ahead of Pierce, the Blue Jays 14-7.
You'll see Battle Creek on this field next week against Cedar Catholic. Another fantastic game next Friday here on NCN. Hymas to the air, has Feilmeyer overshot him. And it'll be 3rd down. That's the 2nd time Feilmeyer's been open on that little kind of wheel route.
Yeah.
Couldn't hit either time.
Yeah, just overthrew him on that one. Does stop the clock, but 3rd down and 9.
Boy, there was no one behind him, Lou. It would have been up to the safety to come on a tough angle. That could have been big. As it is, 3rd and 9. Hymas looks left, throws right, caught, but shy of 1st down yardage. You just cannot break tackles on this Crofton defense. Grant Jordan brings Rosner down at the 25. It'll be 4th and 4, and Hartington Newcastle's going to call a timeout. They got to talk it over. This could be the ball game. Don't go anywhere. Big fourth down next. This is News Channel Nebraska.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
Couple of nervous fan bases here in Hartington. 14-point game Wildcats with a 4th down and 4 from their own 25-yard line. They need this one, Lou.
You knew when they called timeout that they're going for it. They have to go for it here. There's just not enough time down 2 scores. You've got to execute here.
Hymas out of the gun. Roster in motion. They're going to try to get it on the ground, and they will not. Crofton's defense steps up and makes the play, and guess who? Tyson Jackson again.
Yeah, Jackson makes the play. Foxhoven in there also. But Jackson's the one that wrapped him up and brought him down. What a ball game. Now that feels kind of like a dagger here. 5:38 to go. And the way Crofton likes to run and control the clock, 2 timeouts left for Hartington Newcastle. But boy, at this point now, you're going to need a turnover, I think, to have a chance to win this game.
Crofton in plus territory, starting at the 26-yard line. Looking for the score that would officially be the dagger with 5:38 to go. Both teams with 2 timeouts. Jackson will keep it, covers up, bounces forward, bowling off defenders. Across the 20, down to the 19-yard line. That's a gain of 7. Lou, these first down runs have really been the difference for Crofton this evening.
Yeah, it sets that offense up. So many, it seems like we talk about that every week, but running teams, you have to do well on first down. You want to stay at least on schedule, and in this case, they've been ahead of schedule pretty much all night. And that's really helped them to run the football and to control the clock.
114 yards on the ground for Jackson on 19 carries and 3 touchdowns. On 2nd and 2, Jackson straight ahead, adding to his total of first down inside the 15, down to the 13 on a gain of 6. Folks, stick around after the game. We'll talk to our winning head coach. That interview brought to you by Sarpy County Tourism.
Yeah, both these coaches are very gracious individuals, so whoever wins, it's always a pleasure to talk to them.
Really enjoyed visiting with both of them this week, always do. But, boy, you learn a lot when you talk to Rusty Fuller and Tom Allen.
Yeah, you really do.
They really have a lot to say about football, and great to talk to them about this great sport. 1st and 10 now from the 13. Pitch, panning, left side, hesitating, cutting inside the 5, out of bounds. They'll give him 9. It'll be 2nd down to the 4-yard line.
Yeah, Tyson Sanger getting up slow. He's been a very good player on whether it's playing center there or on the defensive line. Appears to be okay. Got up kind of slow there out of that after that play.
So Jace Panning, 21 carries. Tyson Jackson, 20 carries. Both of them over the century mark. A timeout has been called as we're going to get a measurement. Made that chain gang run all the way across the field. As they've been smelling the same burgers we have, Lou, they've got to be starving. That is indeed a first down. It's 1st and goal.
I'm going to say that chain gang may not go across the field, but I guess they are. So, yeah, that's a big time first down, and that sets Crofton up for a bit of a kill shot here. Up 2 scores, 4:21 to go. Put the ball in here. It's pretty much history.
Panning 121 yards on the ground. Jackson 120 on the ground. It's Jackson straight ahead. Touchdown number 4 tonight for Tyson Jackson.
There you go.
What a game for the senior.
Same play. I mean, that play has been unstoppable tonight.
Sorry, I called him a senior. He's a sophomore, folks. Limping a little bit as he gets out of that huddle.
That's the downside of playing two physical teams playing each other. You're going to have guys that are banged up. But Jackson, he has had a special night on both sides of the ball. He has been a difference maker. We've said several times, no Wyatt Tramp, who's a fantastic player for Crofton. Haven't really needed him tonight. They have been very good without him.
Pitch play as they try to get two. They will not get it. Good defense by the Wildcats there, but with 4:17 to go, Crofton may have just supplied the dagger. They're up 20. You're watching high school football on News Channel Nebraska.
Ashoff Construction of Osmond is your leader in engineering and designing your new building, additions to facilities, and concrete construction. Their professional projects can be seen across northeast Nebraska. Whether it's a business office, barn, shop, or addition to an existing building, when the project is complete, you'll have a building that meets the needs of your operation. Check out ashoffconstruction.com or call Scott, Kenny, or Luke in Osmond at 402-748-3551.
Hi, I'm Brett Wiedenfeld, Chief Financial Officer and Ag Lender at the Bank of Hartington, and I'm also a Northeast Nebraska pork producer. At the Bank of Hartington, we have the tools and knowledge to help your operation grow. We understand the challenges facing our producers and are eager to assist with all the financial needs of your farm. We understand the challenges because our ag lenders have true ag experience.
Well, hello, Tyson Jackson, the sophomore, with what is by far the best game of his high school career. 4 rushing touchdowns tonight, and Crofton leading by 20 alongside Lou Siefker. I'm Eric McKay, as we'll have you'll see a lot of Tyson Jackson in our top plays after the game. Stick around for those. Our top plays brought to you in part by Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust. There is a difference. Also brought to you by Currency.
You got to like Crofton's chances here going forward. Looks like they've got this one in the bag, and certainly some winnable games ahead. The toughest part of their schedule is over after tonight.
Here's Feilmeyer to the near side. They finally connect on that outplay. Brought down inbounds at the 30-yard line, gain of about 12. Both of these teams really see the schedule lighten up a little bit. Hartington Newcastle's got a big one at the end of the year. They'll close it out at Bloomfield.
Yeah.
That'll be a big one for both of those teams.
Yeah, absolutely.
But both of these teams are playoff bound, for sure. Another quick first down into Crofton territory. That's Mason Krause. Correction, that is Braden Lammers, his first reception tonight. Good for 14.
Yeah, with the schedule that Crofton has played thus far, it's kind of good to maybe lighten up the schedule a bit, but they're going to be ready come playoff time.
Nice snag by Feilmeyer. He's got a first down as Hartington Newcastle goes no huddle. Some tempo getting them first downs in a hurry. That's a gain of 12.
Yes. Playing quickly right now and moving the football are the Wildcats.
Feilmeyer's 5th reception tonight. He had just 4 coming into tonight. And now Crofton will call timeout. We'll take one as well. 3:38 to go in this one. It's a 20-point game. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
Heine Electric and Irrigation can help you with several services. Wells and pumps. They have well drillers registered in Nebraska, South Dakota, and Iowa with contractors who can install your line and pumps. Suck-up Grain Service. Technicians can frame, pour, build, and service your suck-up grain bins and grain handling equipment. Center Pivot Service. With their Valmont trained and certified technicians, they provide top-notch service, and they have the equipment for earth moving and clearing. Heine Electric and Irrigation, Hartington and Vermilion.
Crofton trying to get to 4-1. Their only loss to the number 5 team in the state, who has regained the lead on Plainview, by the way. Third quarter, 44-42, but Plainview driving deep into Summerland territory. Here, Hartington Newcastle looking for a quick hitter. Hymas browsing, firing, dropped, intercepted.
Guess who?
Why not? Tyson Jackson has done everything else tonight. He might as well seal the game with an interception late as well.
What a game. The right guy at the right place, right? I mean, Hymas tried to rifle it in there. And kind of another drop there by the receiver.
That, by the way, the first interception Hymas has thrown this season.
Yeah, good point. Hymas a good quarterback.
Yeah,
Hartington Newcastle is a good football team. I think Crofton, this is a team that could really do some damage come November.
They have made a statement this evening. That is for sure. They're going to just go straight ahead. Little bully ball across the 15, about the 17-yard line. Goes Tyson Jackson. As we mentioned, Tyson Jackson's name, good time to mention. We'll, in addition to talking to the winning head coach, also be talking to our player of the game. Lou and I will deliberate for no doubt hours, trying to figure out who had the best game this evening.
Yeah, with with the election coming up, I'm guessing maybe it might go into tomorrow. We may have to have a recount.
Tyson Jackson, 122 yards now on 22 carries and 4 touchdowns.
What a ball game.
And he will be adding to it, no doubt, on this drive. He keeps it here. Keeping both arms on that ball, not wanting to cough it up. Crofton has fumbled twice tonight. Neither time did they pay for it. It's a gain of a couple there for Jackson. You got a Crofton player down and holding their leg.
Ooh, that's not good.
That looks like Grant Jordan, who is down for Crofton. They will send the training staff out. Correction, that is Jack Miller that is down for Crofton. We'll take a break and come back as they take a look at Mr. Miller. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
Nebraska, it's time to celebrate our community heroes. Do you know a local hero who dedicates their time to make your community better? Someone who leads with a vision for a brighter tomorrow and inspires others to join? Nominate them today for the Community Hero Program, thanks to Medica. Each month, one Nebraska hero will be chosen and will get to choose a nonprofit to receive a $1,000 donation. Let's honor those who make our community shine. Community Hero, celebrating the heart of Nebraska.
Good to see Jack Miller getting off the field, at least under his own power. Bit of a limp, but he went down in a hurry, grabbed that leg. You worry about situations like that.
Well, that's one thing. At any level, injuries can really impact your season, but at the 8-man level, any injury is very significant. But I think Jack Miller is going to be okay. A little sore, I imagine, but appears to be okay.
3rd down and 5. Jackson pitches. Jace Panning. Stop the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Hartington Newcastle, it appears, will burn their final timeout. They're not conceding this one yet. It's 4th down. Crofton will have to punt it away. Hartington Newcastle. This is the first time they were 4-0 since 2014. Blair Colleen still the head coach then. They started that year 5-0. Ended up losing in the second round of the playoffs that year. Finished the year 6-3.
Well, there's a lot to like about this team.
Yeah.
This is a team to be reckoned with this season. I think this is a good football team. We'll see what happens come playoff time, and certainly the draw kind of matters
all
a lot.
About matchups, right? And that's why I think that game against Bloomfield could be a big one, because Hartington Newcastle is going to have a nice win-loss record, but the strength of schedule is not going to be as good, and they're going to need wins. I mean, they could be a team that's 6-2, but sitting on the line of getting a home game in round 1. And so I think that game against Bloomfield is going to be a big one for both of those squads. Bloomfield, by the way, up on Wausau Osmond in the 4th quarter, 24-6 in that one. What a move by Hymas. He has not been able to break out with a lot of the big plays he's used to getting. And Tyson Jackson, I think there's like 3 of them out there. That's the problem.
I didn't realize this, but everybody is number 22 tonight. I just realized that.
Man. Watch this. All the way across the field, you're going to see number 22, just a heat-seeking missile. There he is. Not letting him get away. Now it's Hartington Newcastle to the air. From the 34-yard line out to about midfield, just across it goes Braden Lammers, the junior.
Yeah,
Gain of 6.
Crofton not very fancy offensively, and I'm going to say something not very fancy. Tyson, he's a good football player.
End of the day, pretty
He's
good.
a good
Hymas
player.
has to scramble, fires late, incomplete. Looking for Filemeyer. He was being pressured from behind by Allen. Allen is, he's played on defense. He's on the D line tonight. Had not registered a tackle prior to tonight, but boy, he has been everywhere also.
Yeah.
For Coach Tom Allen, this Crofton defense.
Yeah, this defense is top notch. This Crofton defense. These guys are good. They're strong up front. They tackle well.
Rosner on 3rd and 4 has first down yardage, gets out of bounds into Crofton territory at the 34-yard line on a gain of 6. And I will say this, Lou, when you start with Cole Hymas and Cole Rosner, that's a pretty good start for Hartington Newcastle.
Yeah.
I think they are going to be a dangerous team despite what we've seen tonight. This is a team that I think could be built for a deep postseason run.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think this team, they came into this ball game averaging 70 a game, and so hats off to Crofton for playing such great defense. But you're right. There's some playmakers, and there's times where I thought Hartington Newcastle did a good job up front. That just over the course of the game is tough to stay with a team like Crofton physically.
Flag comes in on 2nd and 3. We've only seen 2 flags tonight. There was a procedure penalty on Crofton, and then this, I believe, will be the first one on Hartington Newcastle. No, it's on Crofton. Lined up offside, so a free first down for the Wildcats. They'll be back in action next week at Wausau Osmond. Crofton will be back home against Niobrara Verdigris. Look, Niobrara Verdigris, Wausau Osmond, Boyd County, the rest of the schedule for Crofton, all sub-500 teams,
right.
All games that Crofton would be favored pretty heavily.
Yeah, those are games that if you're Crofton, you have to keep your edge about you. You
Yep.
can't, let off the gas and then try to pick it up come playoff time.
On the rollout, caught Filemeyer. Well, they like that play. They missed on a couple of times earlier. That time it gets him 13. Will Filemeyer, that's his 6th reception today.
Yeah, Rosner, Filemeyer, Hymas at quarterback. They've got some athletes out there, guys that can make plays. Trying to finish this game off on a positive.
1st and goal from the 10. Hymas, Rosner trying to make a play with his legs after the catch. Able to work his way up to about the 6. It'll be 2nd and goal. That's Rosner's 5th reception tonight. Hymas, end zone, incomplete. Trying to get it to Filemeyer. Tyson Jackson on coverage. Gosh, I haven't called his name much tonight.
Yeah, what's he been doing all night?
So it'll be 3rd and goal. Hartington Newcastle with Coach Rusty Fuller. This is his 2nd year as head coach. Former head man Corey Aldrich, now an assistant, still helping out with the team. 3rd and goal, handoff, Rosner. Trying to get the edge, didn't get there. It'll be 4th down to about the 1-yard line on a gain of 5.
I'll go out on a limb and say they're going to go for it here.
That's why we pay you the big bucks, Lou Seifker. That check's in the mail. That kind of expert analysis. Joel who?
Bob
who
Jensen.
Klatt? Yeah.
Bob Jensen would say that was gold.
Broadcasting gold right there, straight ahead. I don't think he got there,
I don't
Lou.
think so.
He did not. Crofton's
Wow.
defense shuts the door in a goal-to-goal situation. Grant Jordan, Jackson Lind combine on the stop and slam the door on this one. How about that?
That's an exclamation point for this defense. Wow, what a job by the Warriors defensively tonight. Incredible.
29 seconds to go in this one now. They've got the ball at like the 1-inch line. They've got to really do what they can to stretch it ahead.
Yeah. Well, maybe, I don't know, Jackson with a quarterback sneak. I mean, we've only seen that about 50 times
The
tonight.
way things have been going, he might break it for 79.
Yeah.
He does go straight ahead for a couple, 3, maybe 4 yards, and that's probably going to wrap it up. Tyson Jackson, appropriately enough, the last man to touch it tonight. Without an all-stater in the lineup tonight, Crofton still able to make a statement on the road this evening. Your final, Crofton 34, Hartington Newcastle 14. Postgame show coming up on NCN. (34-14), Crofton gets the win. Time now for our postgame coaches interview, brought to you by Sarpy County Tourism. Stay, play, and plan your getaway at GoSarpy.com. Coach Tom Allen standing by with Lou Siefker. Lou?
Thanks a lot, Eric. The Crofton Warriors, what a ball game. They come on the road here and beat an undefeated Hartington Newcastle team 34-14. I'm joined now by Tom Allen, head coach. Well, Coach, when we talked before the game, you surprised me. You said a fellow by the name of Wyatt Tramp is not going to play, and we were thinking, oh, gloom and doom. Probably a good night for him to rest and watch these guys play. You didn't really need him tonight. Talk about how guys stepped up in his absence.
Well, that's always what you hope for, and he was sick most of the week, so our kids had some reps during the week, and worst case scenario was this morning when he called and just said he couldn't be here, but very proud of these young men. We had a lot of more than just one, a couple kids, 3, 4 kids that were new positions stepped up, and just elated that we won this game on the road, so it's against an undefeated team.
Well, you're playing a team that averaged 70 points a game. You guys held them to 14, really controlled the game, I think, in just about every way imaginable. What was your defense doing, and how were you able to slow these guys down so much?
Well, we tried to put a lot of pressure on them from the inside there on some stunts and different things. Rolled our coverages, just did some things that we thought maybe they'd have some problems with, and hats off to them. It's a tremendous offense. It's very, very hard to defend. The defensive coordinator, John Connett, just had a great game plan. And then the kids, it's obviously about them, and they came in and they executed the game plan and obviously held this team to 14, and that's awesome.
Well, you guys certainly played Crofton football, especially in the second half. You had a drive in that third quarter, about 7.5 minutes. Took a ton of time off the clock and put the ball in the end zone. Was the offensive line just really controlling things up front? That's kind of where things start, right?
Yeah, yes, they did. They absolutely did. And we got a pretty veteran offensive line, and along with those tight ends, and then our, Tyson over did a great job controlling the game. Made some big plays for us, and put the ball in his hands and some decisions in his hands, and hats off to him.
Well, I think if you just get Tyson Jackson to contribute a little bit, you guys would be pretty good. What do you think?
Yeah, we'll see about next week.
What did he do well tonight at quarterback?
Well, not only did he run the ball, there's a lot of intrinsic things that people don't see. Controlling the huddle, changing the plays at the line of scrimmage. It's just some things that it's very difficult to coach, and he just does those things very naturally and is a difference maker for us on the field.
It certainly was tonight. Coach, congratulations on a big win, and good luck as the season moves on.
Thank you. Really appreciate it.
That's it, Coach Tom Allen. Let's get Tyson to step on in here. Tyson Jackson, our player of the game. Well, Tyson, where do I start here? Let's start on the offensive side of the ball. You had you're over 120 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns. What was working offensively, and how were you able to have such a big ball game?
Well, I just got to give credit to the O-line because they give me the holes to run in. And I really got to take credit to number 9, Grant Jordan. He stepped in and played a big role for Wyatt Tramp. So just overall, the whole team picked up the slack that Wyatt had, and we just got the game away so we could win.
Also made some plays on defense. You had the interception. Talk a little bit about that play. What did you see there that kind of ended the ball game?
Yeah, once I got in my hands, I just knew that we had the game and we could seal it and we could beat this really good 4-0 team, that we could finish the game and go off on a win.
Well, I don't know if you know this or not, but you're my favorite quarterback. I only said that about 10 times on the game broadcast. But you did more than just play quarterback, and you did more than just play defense. You played special teams, too. You made a few tackles in special teams. What's that like, just kind of doing a little bit of everything? One of the things that 8-man football gives you a chance to do.
Well, you can just make plays on all the way around the field. Just show that you're an athlete and make plays.
Absolutely. And then how many? I think you threw like 2 passes tonight, maybe? Yeah. 2 for 2. Are you going to tell Coach Allen you need to throw more?
I don't know. We'll stick to the 100% completion rate. So
this schedule was very, very tough. You guys played a lot of good teams. It's not going to be gimmies the rest of the way, but maybe not quite as tough as you've had. What does the schedule do for you guys, and how is that probably going to help you down the road, maybe in postseason?
Well, it just toughens us up so we're ready for playoffs and them close games, so we know how to battle and come out on top.
Well, we coined a nickname for you. How about Tyson Play Action Jackson? You like that one?
Yeah, I like that.
We're all about nicknames here. Congratulations, Tyson. Won a ball game, 4 touchdowns on the ground, and a big win over an undefeated Hartington Newcastle team.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. That's our player of the game. Eric, let's send it back to you. Tyson Jackson.
All right. Thank you, Lou. That is our player of the game, Tyson Jackson. What a game tonight. 130 yards I had him for on 24 carries and 4 touchdowns. He was indeed 2 for 2 through the air as well for the 35 yards and had like 100 tackles as well. He did a little bit of everything. You'll be seeing him a lot more as we get to our top plays. Those are brought to you in part by Elkhorn Valley Bank for all your banking needs. Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust. There is a difference. Crofton's the ranked team, but Hartington Newcastle is the unbeaten team. They've only lost once since they lost to Crofton last September. Wildcats trying to get to 5-0 on the year, but it's Crofton early on getting it into the end zone. This is Tyson Jackson, sophomore. Crofton playing without All-State running back Wyatt Tramp, out with pneumonia. So other guys had to step up. Crofton up early, but boy, Hartington Newcastle's got some big play guys. How about Cole Rosner? He was a cross-country runner a year ago, uses that speed to get to the end zone. Hartington Newcastle gets within 2. It's 8-6, but Crofton playmakers all over. Jace Panning was over the century mark tonight. Easy run in there from 21 yards out. Crofton extends their lead to 14-6. We stay second quarter. And we stay with Tyson Jackson, the sophomore signal caller, bowling his way into the end zone from 7 yards out in Crofton on the road with a 20-6 lead at the half. They would extend it. Third quarter, it's Jackson again from 7 yards out. His third rushing touchdown of the night. And Crofton keeps rolling along, up 22, but Hartington Newcastle not done. Cole Hymas has played a lot of good football for Hartington Newcastle over the years, the senior. His 16th rushing touchdown of the season makes it a 2-possession game, but Crofton's offensive line just too strong and too much from Tyson Jackson. 4 rushing touchdowns for the sophomore tonight. He now has 9 on the season, and oh yeah, he plays defense as well. Sewing it up with the interception here off the tip. Tyson Jackson does a little bit of everything, and Crofton hands Hartington Newcastle their first loss of the season. The final 34-14, both teams sitting 4-1 in week 5. And those top plays brought to you in part by Currency. Need financing for RVs, ATVs, other expensive items? Currency's here to help. Visit GoCurrency.com today. Summerland pulling away on Plainview, by the way. Looks like they're going to get the win. It's 60-42, Bobcats with the lead. 4:24 to go in that one. So Plainview needs 3 scores. That's going to be tough for them to do. Man, but how good is Crofton, Lou? They've played all these teams. They shorthanded, took an unbeaten team that had been averaging 70 points a game. Crofton's going to have something to say about who wins in Class D1 this year.
They've played a very difficult schedule, and barring an upset, they kind of poised to be 7-1 entering the playoffs. And you're right, this is a team, the physicality side of this team is impressive. I think they're very good up front, and you win a lot of games doing that. I was really impressed by the way they tackled tonight. That's a good tackling team. You stay healthy, or you're probably going to you have a game or two if you make it into the playoffs, which they will. You got to complete some passes, but they run the ball very well and control the clock. They played Crofton football tonight and got a big win.
Final score again, 34-14. Wayne State volleyball swept Minot State tonight. They'll try to keep it going tomorrow against University of Mary. That'll be live right here on News Channel Nebraska. Our coverage begins at 12:50 and be back here next Friday on this field. We'll be back at Hochstein. It'll be set up for 11-man football, though, for a tough, hard-nosed kind of rivalry game between Battle Creek and Cedar Catholic. But again here, 34-14, Crofton gets the win. For Lou Siefker, my broadcast partner, Connor Luby in the truck, and the entire NCN Sports crew, my name is Eric McKay. Thanks for joining us. Have a great evening.